No, I think he's staying in Prem.
Perfect. He got relegated. Hold on, we're not going yet, are we?
Yeah. Well, no, he did really well.
No, he is staying in. Look, I think he will stay in the Prem. We're talking about Shaqiri. I think he will stay in the Prem. I'm saying, dude, the mileage you've put on your legs, you've earned a nice, slow retirement. Go play in Italy. Run circles around.
It's not like he started every game for those teams. He was like Bayern Munich. He wasn't playing.
The last 3 years at Stoke, he's played every single game.
Yeah, Stoke for like 2 years, 3 years.
But that's my point. Running at Stoke is different than running at Chelsea, United. Like, it's harder, man. Like, I'm saying this dude has earned it. Like, he's that fighter you watch in the ring, and he's like 35 and still going against these young dogs. I'm like, dude.
But he's not 35. He's 26. He's in his prime. Why would he
go to West Ham,
back to Italy and rest up?
Because I don't see him starting at any top 6 club right now. And this guy deserves to start.
I don't think he needs to go top 6. I just think he found the perfect league for himself. Why would you leave a league where you found Foreman? You're the man.
He doesn't deserve top 6.
Yeah,
Zaha deserves top 6.
Yeah, like, I don't think he needs to go to top 16.
But what I'm saying is Shaqiri can leave England and go play for AC Milan. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like going to play for Sampdoria.
He tried. He went to Inter. That didn't work out. And he started at Bayern.
Yeah, but you can also say because he was young, man. He's priming now. Like, the ability he has, like, it's all speed. It's all skill. Like, it's not like he's going to get to Italy and not have that. Like, it's not like
biceps.
I think technically he's profound. He's sound. He's a free kick. He's good on set pieces.
What I'm saying is I want to see this guy playing Champions League. That's moral of the story. Yes, he can go to Everton.
You know where he goes, though?
Like, come on, man. This guy belongs in the fucking Champions League. If you want to see this guy in
Champions League, you got to go to Turkey. All right, you gotta go to Galatasaray. You gotta go to these teams.
You're gonna fight for Fenerbahce. Like, you're gonna fight all those 3 teams to get 1 Champions League slot, or you go to Italy where they give you 3 and you play for fucking Inter.
If he can play, if he can make it at that team, if they
I would not be surprised.
I can see the Turkish teams or the Russian teams taking him on. No problem.
They 100% because like. That would be a massive get for them, but I'm saying he's too good to go there. Moral of the story.
Depending on when if a new manager comes in, I would not be surprised if Shaqiri signed for West Ham before the World Cup.
That would be horrible.
Why
man.
West Ham, bro?
Because they don't have a manager.
Get them back together. Come on,
FIFA over here.
Yeah,
as terrible of a season they
bring
had.
Joe Allen too. Get the Bash 3 together.
Now you're forcing it.
I don't care.
Joe Allen's going to the championship.
Bro, West Ham finished 13th, right? So 9 points above relegation. Like, that's stable. Yeah, it could be a slippery slope. It's about who the next manager they get. I don't think he should go to West Ham. And at the same time, no way he can go to Inter AC, both of whom did not finish in Champions League spots in the Serie A. Juve looking like they've won the league here. Then Napoli in second, Roma in third, and Lazio in 4th place. So I could see him potentially go to a Roma.
Sorry, I meant AC and Inter because I'm still old school Serie A. What I meant was like go to one of the top teams. It doesn't have to be Juventus.
Yeah, no, I'm just educating. Yeah. I'm just educating the fans out there so they know as well.
Get your books out.
All the leagues are coming down to an end now. And,
for sure.
But the main one we cover here at PFC, by the way, ladies and folks, is the English Premier League, and we're starting with the first game.
Final match day. Match day 38, guys.
Versus Man City. This would be the last day, Al. What'd you think of it?
Better late than never. Season's over. Season's done with it. We got Man City breaking records again. I thought Southampton were going to hold this one out, man. Just keep them from getting 100 points.
Dude, they held them a long time.
Held them past 90.
Yep.
Held them for the full 90, but not enough. Gabby Jesus sneaks in at the end to clinch a record for Man City.
Yo, Gabby Jesus is ready for the World Cup. This dude,
if he doesn't get injured.
How about that touch? Ready. That first touch before it bounced. You know, that's clinical. That's what
keep the
balance. That's what young
too.
Players should be watching because you don't let the ball bounce. You get underneath the ball, you settle it, and once he settles it, just one nice little touch.
Oh my God!
You don't let the ball keep bouncing. You know, you have to get the touch on it, and then you go to goal.
Dude,
that was classic.
That was a Brazilian finish, straight up. I mean, that was swag. Now, hopefully, he has found his form, like you're saying, Tom, but he's struggled the last few games to find goals. Since Aguero's been out, he's been in a bit of a rut. But to score the 100th goal, you saw what it meant to him. Ripped his shirt off.
He seems to score like almost every time he plays. I give him like you have like Messi, Ronaldo, okay, whose ratios are like a goal a game. To me, he's like 3/4. Like every 75 minutes, 2/3 of a game, he seems to come up with a goal and assist to do something. And even if he doesn't, when I watch him, he changes the game somehow. He's always involved in like a offside call that was almost a goal. He's always active, so those are the type of special players you got to look out for.
This year he's got 29 appearances, 19 starts of 29, 13 goals. So what you're seeing is correct.
And three assists.
This is vicious.
And at this age,
Who cares about assists?
Pass the ball.
Well, on Man City, you need to care about assists because they're always looking for the extra pass.
Ozil cares.
When it comes down to it, let's not forget Pep just came in this league a couple years ago, already breaking records like this, and he wants to spend another $200 million this summer. Dude. So he not only did
how he does it. He's the best man. He has unlimited budget. He's got the best talent in the country always every time. Dude, and he's a
Jose
genius.
has that budget. Jose has that budget.
Dude, let's be fair. Let's be fair this year. Like, for him to do it in this league, I'm going to tell you these records, man. So everyone before he came was the argument. Barcelona, Bayern, of course you're going to be baller. You can never bring your style to the Premier League. First year, almost wins the Premier League. Second year, runs away with it. For the most points in the Premier League, previous record 95, he gets 100. Most wins in the Premier League. Previous is 30, he gets 32. Most goals in the Premier League, 103. Current is 106. Goal difference, 71 was the old school, 79. And title winning margin was 18. He comes in with 19. Dude, like, I understand, like, this team was talented, and we knew it was good. But we thought it was going to be a more tighter race between the two clubs. And he completely ran away with it. Now, I'm not saying that this dude is Fergie, blah, blah, blah. No. I don't think they'd play like this again next year.
Well, put it this way. They brought in signings, and even Mendy didn't play, but when they brought in the other left back, starts with the L.
Danilo.
Center back.
Laporte.
Yeah, Laporte. So, look, they buy correct. Look at United. They bring in Alexis Sanchez.
What?
No. What I'm saying is...
No, I agree with you.
What I'm saying is...
I agree with you so much. Go ahead.
Like, how much did Alexis Sanchez look like a shell of himself when he went to United? Once you go to City, it's almost like you become twice as good right away.
Dude, that's my point in that, like,
I think
that's
you're
what I'm saying.
Me.
No, I know. I was like, all right, you can finish your point. I'm with you, dude.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't really say this dude had automatically the best talent in the world this year. Like, we didn't know how these kids were going to pan out. Of course, he bought primate beef and, like, guys like Leroy Sané. But we didn't see...
Bro, he's doing what we tell every manager or, like, the staff at least, whoever's purchasing these players, they're playing FIFA in real life.
100%.
You're getting Laporte, who's ranked an 83 overall out of 100 and is 23.
They're doing that special card where you get an extra $100 million.
Sterling, Sané, like all these, Gabi has
all young.
They're building for the future.
Young.
And the great thing is the reason why I think they won and why it was so devastating is because they already had guys who were previous EPL winners in company.
Only 4.
Aguero, Yaya Toure, and David Silva.
Only 4, though.
But that's so much experience. And look at the levels of experience that is. Defense, midfield, and attack.
But I'm saying you look at United, a team that spends a lot of money. We had a lot of experience as well. Like, it's more than just that.
But it's that plus the youth, plus the coach, plus the system. They have the energy,
so much more
the
than
speed
just,
at which they can play with.
You know, it's also one of those things where when they say when things are going good, when you're winning, everything's good. So they're winning since day one for the most part. So when it comes down to it, if Pep can keep these young kids believing, they're not going to Barcelona. They're not going to Real Madrid. They're staying, and they are going to be the new Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. You know what has to happen next year?
That's a hot take right there.
You know what's bullshit? You know what has to happen next season is that the rest of the league has to step it up. All right, we had Everton taking points off Man City. Crystal Palace took points off Man City. Should have beat them.
Hudders.
90th minute.
Southampton almost today.
United took points off them. Unlucky in the first fixture where they got Lukaku. But I mean, Spurs, Arsenal,
you're 100%
Chelsea,
right, Al. That's a great point.
Rolled over, man. Just rolled over.
Here's the thing. I think to some degree they drop points, but I mean this is special. I think Man City have nowhere to go but down next year.
Agreed.
You break the record for the most points ever in a league with 100 in the EPL. You think they're going to double that? They're going to get 103 next year? No chance. So I think there's nowhere to go but down, and that's what Pep has to kind of be concerned about.
And you can see it in that, like, the results they were getting, like, the last few games. You know, obviously it's hard to keep these guys motivated, so they're playing for records. But you can see it. Hudders held them to 0. So, like, people are starting to figure out the formula, especially with Liverpool beating them not only in the league, but in the Champions League on the big stage.
That was crazy.
It was absolutely insane. So the formula is there.
Counterattack.
Counterattack. You got to go at their throats. So, like, next year, everyone's going to game plan, just like the 3-4-3. we thought was the next big formation, absolutely killing it. Obviously, the three in the back has evolved into one of the big formations now. But where was Chelsea this year? Figured out.
Well, I mean, that again, we talked about multiple times. Diego Costa and Matic leaving Chelsea was huge.
It was
huge. So when it comes down to City, you said that United was unlucky in the first match. No, City gave United no respect. City didn't allow United to not get a point. It wasn't even like it wasn't even like United didn't show up. No. City didn't allow United to show up. I'm not going at you. I'm saying is that that's how good City was this year. Where for the big clubs.
We're talking about one game, and I'm talking about if Lukaku was not on that field, those 2 goals that we concede probably don't happen because he was a cow in both of them. Didn't clear it, hit off him.
The first match was the one where the infamous keeping the ball in the corner for 9 minutes.
Who else would you put in instead of Lukaku?
But no, he's not one of you.
I'm just saying it was a simple mistake there, and then the second game we ended up beating.
But even that, fine, yeah. So what's your answer for us beating them in the second, down 2-0? So it's not like we ran away with this game. I'm saying it's a special year. I mean, they just had that extra oomph. I mean, the only team that I really thought in the first half of the season that I really thought could do something was the Liverpool, even though they got trounced. It's because Mane. No. It's because Mane got that early red card. I truly believe it. And I said that at the beginning, and then they're the team that beat them. So it's not like I came out of left field from it. It's because that.
But look, man, all part of that is discipline, right? Like not jumping and like putting your
not
foot
letting
that high
City get into their own game
in a game. Like that's part of discipline. That's part of being a championship team. How many red cards did Man City really get this year?
None.
Fewer than Liverpool, I bet. So it's discipline. It's the style of football.
It's the focus.
The translation. Yeah, the focus over time. The league. This is what I want to say. Pep Guardiola is a specialist in winning the league. He will come into your club and he will win the league because he has a formula if he gets the players he needs. Now, he does need players who are A's, maybe some young B-plus players, but if he gets the right guys, he's a guarantee to win the league. He did the same thing in Bundesliga, set the new German record for the quickest amount of time, won the Bundesliga. So he's done the same thing now in the EPL in Spain. We saw what he did with the, 8 trophies with Barca.
But when it comes down to Champions League, this guy can be found out easily. Got spanked by Bayern.
That's the key.
Got spanked by Madrid.
And I think
with Bayern Munich, he got spanked.
So what do they do next year with the Champions League?
And I think with that, the focus now, because the pressure this year was to win the Premier League. Remember the first 10 games?
And they did everything.
Remember the first 10 games last year? They looked like they looked this year, but then they choked. Then he corrected himself, bought 4 fullbacks. We were all laughing. They spent $200 million on 4 fucking fullbacks. And every other position was not updated because he knew he had it right. So, like you guys are saying, I think now the big project is Champions League. Even if they lose the Premier League next year, no one cares. What we're all looking at is like, okay, that's cute. You won the Premier League. It's a big deal, obviously. But, like, what's next? What else can you do?
You want to be one of the best
now
of all time?
Now it's the Champions League, like you're saying.
You do the league and cup double. Our league, you win the Champions League, you win the Premier League.
That could happen, man.
If you think you're the best, you want to be compared to United. The best United teams of all time.
But he doesn't want to. You know what I mean? Like, he's doing his thing.
Everyone's comparison.
We're starting now to it's like a backhanded compliment because now people are starting to say, oh, but Fergie is still the best. He never came out, like him and Fergie are good friends. They respect each other. He never came out saying, I'm trying to be better than Fergie. It's the fans now starting that autocorrect, that advanced correct, because they see the threat that Pep brings.
And look, I think he's just trying to be the greatest Pep he can be.
It. That's all he's ever said.
In that kind of transitive property of, him trying to be better than Fergie, because honestly, to him, it's winning every year.
But the person who should be compared to Fergie is a guy like Mourinho who says, I'm the special one. So now he's putting himself out there, S on my chest.
I think if you're any great managers, I agree, but I look at it as well. Like when we're comparing players, there's
the Mayweather style.
Yeah.
And then there's other people's style, you know what I mean? So like,
and that's why he doesn't get as much of the harsh criticism when he fails, because he's not puffing his chest out.
So, I mean, it has to be Champions League next year. The first year, he bought the right players, so now they have the youth to go on. Second year, they not just won the league, but they basically broke all the records.
Transfer,
the main records.
Alert, and potentially, this is a little bro science for you, Kun Aguero, potentially going to Atletico Madrid. Next year, Griezmann is anticipated to move to Barcelona, so we only see these triangular moves. Who comes in at Man City? Maybe Dembele. What about Lewandowski if they miss that center forward?
Well, there's that, but also Aguero might not go because Cavani from PSG is now linked to Atletico Madrid. I still believe that, his contract ended.
You're still good. He's out. Romance.
Next year, his contract ends. He's out. Then the year after, Aguero,
David
his
Silva, maybe.
contract ends. Then he's out, and that's when you
So
bring
think
in somebody like
Aguero has
Mbappe.
3 more years.
2.
They waited.
Yeah, this year was Next summer will be Company. The year after will be Aguero. And Pep already said that him and Aguero and Sterling are going nowhere.
Him who?
There is really no
I said
need to.
Aguero.
Aguero?
Yeah. So Pep already said that. Came out and said
I
they're
don't
going
think
nowhere.
it's a need. I don't think these stories come out of need, guys. I think it comes out a little bit of Aguero's agent posturing a little bit because
Lewandowski's agent.
His playing time is going to go down even more with Gabi Jesus next year, and you know
Save
Aguero
him
is
for
not the
Champions
type.
League though.
Dude, but Aguero is not that dude. Of course they want to keep Aguero.
This is why
not coming
I'm
from Man
asking,
City.
'cause
I'm
look-
thinking it's coming from Aguero's camp. He doesn't want to split time. Like Lewandowski right now is complaining at Bayern that they're splitting time. Bayern's probably bringing in Timo Werner. He's going to split time even more.
This is going to be the best transfer.
Absolutely.
season
With the World Cup in
ever.
between.
Again, World Cup in between. Maybe like I'm getting caught up here. I know, kind of drifting a little bit away from the game, but we're relating it a little bit. How would Lewandowski fit in with Gabi Jesus at Man City?
Well, all
Would
top
he be able to
6
take him to the top?
England teams have about 200 million each. That's
No,
over
but
a
he's
billion pounds to
You're gonna-
spend for the top 6 right there. So I fully understand that, but I don't think Aguero's going anywhere. I think
You didn't
next
answer
year.
this question.
What?
If he goes to Lewandowski goes to City.
Oh no, I was still
how
on
do you think
Aguero.
he'll fit?
I still don't believe
I
he's
know.
going for
You
the
weren't listening.
for the
No, I
for
asked
the
you a
main reason
question.
why.
Literally
No,
looking at ask you a question.
No, I'll
You
answer the
don't
question
know.
after. The main reason for Aguero right now is the fact that I believe that he has to give at least one more year to City because if they go first, if they go all out for
doesn't have to
Champions,
do
but if they go all out for Champions League next year, and they very well could do it, that is where Aguero should be
No.
with City going for Champions
Aguero wants
League.
to start 38
I
games.
understand.
If he's not going to start
And they
38
did this-
games, he wants to leave.
Look, I mean, he also got injured, so they have to remember
no,
that.
but
And then
I'm not saying
also,
that it's not
not only
possible.
that,
I'm
but
not
how
saying
many
Aguero
times?
won't
How many
stay,
times did
dude.
you see Aguero and Jesus start together? It happened
Hey,
multiple
how did
times.
Aguero do?
if this guy wants to win Champions League, man, he can go back to Atletico and make a run.
Dude,
He
honestly,
They
can-
make a run, but not. I mean, City
How
has
would
that chance.
Dude,
Lewandowski potentially match up with him?
I don't think he would. I don't think Lewandowski, his main complaint at Bayern, one,
Minutes.
he's out of the sunshine. Like, it's a German league, of course, Bayern wins. But two, it's the minutes. He literally said he doesn't want to share minutes. That's why Real Madrid was the main link because Ben swaps out. But then that story fell apart
He should
because
go to
CR7's
PSG
going to
then.
9.
He should go to
I mean,
PSG.
He should go somewhere else.
If Cavani leaves, I think that's a perfect
If his
club
complaint
for him.
wasn't playing time, then
Yeah.
at City, I think he would. Look, I don't think
Because
he's.
it's an older striker with a younger striker.
But I don't
and
think. But they're the same age. Him and Aguero are the same age. I don't
29.
think
I'm saying that
he's.
Gabi Jesus can play with an older striker is what I'm saying.
He
if
could,
Aguero were to
But do you
leave.
see Lewandowski playing that fast Pep system where he has to run and close down and press? I don't see that
I
in
think
him.
he can, but I just don't think it's much of an upgrade on Aguero.
Exactly.
So
So I
it's-
think Mbappe
I
loves
think,
to
I think
keep the
Aguero's
guy
better.
who's used
I think
to the-
Aguero's better.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, agreed, 100%.
I will, and we saw Lewandowski. He got cold towards the end of the Champions League. When he went 5 games without a goal. In
Since,
Champions
yeah,
League,
since
yeah.
Christmas,
like
he
that,
was
yeah.
kind of
5 or 6,
cold.
Yeah, so
Emotions.
when the stakes rose, you know, and he
folded.
Exactly. It's
So-
gonna be tough for him.
The big thing with me with Lewandowski is that look, I believe he's giving one more year to Bayern. Obviously, things can change in an instant because if one goes, all those strikers are going.
And
So
it's a World Cup,
if
too.
Cavani moves, it's almost like all
musical
those
chairs.
they're just just shifting one step to the right,
For sure.
and all of them are taking a new team. But when it comes down to it, I think Lewandowski is staying at Bayern. I think that Aguero is staying at City. I think Bayern, just one more year for Bayern. But then again, he's 29, going to be 30 in August.
This is gonna be the most exciting transfer season that we see.
It's the
Moving
same
on.
story. It's the same story every summer, man.
Yeah.
And
It
with the
ju-
World
it
Cup
ju-
coming
it
up,
just
dude.
keeps getting more ridiculous,
Guys,
dude.
on the
Last time-
other side of the other side of Manchester, I just want to say, and we could continue talking about transfer season. Man United 1, Watford 0. You know, the Devils finishing in second
Game of the
place.
week.
Who would
Game
you
of the
guys
week.
need to potentially bring in to change?
Savage.
Fabinho, not Fabinho. Who's my guy?
I like that Milan Savage,
Savage.
dude.
Bring in
Savage, yeah.
His name is Savage, pretty
Dude,
much. Like, it's a sign.
Mourinho has been chasing this guy for 3 seasons. 2 seasons he's been at United. Last year, we're like, we can't go after him. We'll bring
Danny
in
Rose.
Pogba. So that midfield is the issue.
Danny
No,
Rose.
Getting
Iniesta's
that ball
not
from
signed
outside
yet.
back.
Left back is a problem, man.
Your
It's a
center
problem,
backs.
but Young's doing well.
But dude, that's just like Young is good off the bench. But dude, when he drives down that line, you know he's cutting back. We've said it before. That
Yeah.
left foot is suspect. You need a guy who can go down the line and get to the byline
So what's
and
your
get across.
first position you fix at Man United? Obviously,
Center
left
mid.
back, I agree. That's what
holding
I'm saying.
mid,
Center.
holding mid.
No, center mid, dude.
Well,
holding is
Bot-
not a
we need-
holding.
well, the same thing.
You got Matic.
No.
Matic is a
Matic
holder.
holds
Well,
We need
no,
a guy-
Matic goes up.
No, we need a guy like
It'd be
a
like more of
holding
like the
mid.
Herrera.
Oh, shut
No,
up,
no, no.
Hussy. He's a holding midfielder.
And-
He's a holding midfield. He rarely attacks. Like he basically sits in front of the defense
Just
and makes
underneath.
sure and protects him. He holds
He
back.
hangs above the opponent's 30.
Yeah,
He
well, I'm
holds
saying
back.
like the
what we
the final
need
third.
is a guy like Jorginho Wijnaldum who can sit and right next to Henderson and play that holding in desperate games, or can bomb with a bit of skill and score goals.
well, I'm saying like the Herrera
Box
position
to
right
box. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, no,
but he's
but-
not a holding. Nah, he's not.
there. Herrera is kind of like a
He's
holding.
been made a holding, but when he started United, he was not sitting. Where
I know, but
Matic
that's the
is sitting.
position that we're talking about that needs to be changed. you
No,
bring someone else instead
No,
of him.
no, we're not.
no.
You're saying a holding. We don't need another holding guy. We need a guy who can
Saying
score
the
goals.
number 8. So you got Pogba. To me, Pogba's
Yes.
an attacking midfielder.
He's number
Yeah,
10.
yeah, no, he goes
I
forward.
think he needs to play attack. For us to see his full potential,
spot.
I think Pogba needs to be the attacking midfielder who will drop deeper at times to
Like
pick up
Eriksen.
the ball. 100%. The shots from distance, the creativity on the
Yep.
ball. He has the 10 position. At Juventus, he was a little bit younger. I think he had the legs a little bit more to play that box-to-box role. But even then, he was a little bit more free with the Turo and Pirlo in there.
Exactly.
You need a guy in between, the energy guy. Who's their Conte? Who's the guy who's
100%.
who's busy?
Who's their
and is-
Wijnaldum?
or like a Cruz. Tony
Yeah.
Cruz is the
Cruz would be-
perfect blend of
Well,
a
that's what I
defensive guy
that's what I
who
mean
can
by a
attack.
holding midfield, where he's more defensive than offensive. Where Pogba goes up, I need two people behind Pogba and say, Pogba, go do your thing up there.
No.
You can
that's
do that.
fine.
Box to box like a Lampard.
Huss, you can
like
do that
Essien
with
and Lampard.
Herrera. Herrera's
Yeah.
a dog. He's a pit bull. So there are other squad guys you do that
Yeah.
with, but your starting
We
lineup
need
is usually a
goals.
blend of a 6, a 8, and a 10, like natural
Yeah.
guys.
We need basically from the guy who comes in for Herrera.
Yeah.
We need 8 to 10 goals. Herrera's not getting
What
that.
about Nine Golan?
He's
He's
too
old.
defensive. I love him. He's old. He's too defensive. I would love Arturo Vidal because he has goals in him. He proved at Bayern. If you can let that guy be
I
free,
think
he
Milan
can score.
Savic would
But
be
Savic is the
perfect. He'd fit with the height of your team and everything. Mourinho style, I think he'd fit. You can get.
Mourinho's been chasing
Serbian
him
goals from
2
him,
years.
too.
This summer we'll get him. We'll absolutely get him. Dude, World Cup.
What did you guys
I'll
think
never
about
forget,
this game, though?
I'll never forget fucking James Rodriguez's goal.
Oh my God, that volley!
Literally, that volley sent him to Real Madrid.
Oh, yeah.
That's what the World Cup
Go like
means,
the couple
guys.
goals before,
Dude.
and then he hit that special one.
That was
That
worth
was a
20
really
million
good
goal.
for what was that, Monaco? Who was
Yeah,
he with?
He signed him. Yeah, you're right. It was,
Was
just
it-
like
Yeah.
the president
was
like
it.
called up, like,
Yeah.
all right, we're getting this dude.
I think they got like a couple weeks later. He was on Real Madrid. or something.
That's
what the
it's
World Cup
real.
will do for you.
Yeah, that is the magic of the World Cup, and you can play for a contract. If you're from Croatia
Doesn't
or
matter.
Egypt, don't
Yeah.
matter where you're from, you get that contract. But like Tom said, the game, Marcus Rashford starting in the number 9 again, gets the goal, assisted by Mata, nice little square, open net, 1-0 game. Tiki was saying before, classic Jose performance, get the 3 points, walk out.
Clean sheet.
Nothing fancy. Romero gets a clean sheet. Rojo and Baye in the back. Darmian got an appearance. Michael Carrick's last game for Man United, the captain, retiring, going to be part of the staff next season for Jose. And Jose's number 2, Rui Ferreira, who's been with him for like 17 years, is going off on his own now. So Carrick might sign that second spot. And there's rumors of Rui going off to become a manager at a club, but after a sabbatical. Arsenal possibly.
Nah,
but man,
Arsenal.
Why we
it's
taking these dudes
unfortunate, man.
seconds? I don't want
Because
Boubachi either,
I think
man.
Michael Carrick is a great guy going forward for United. I think
For
Jose's
sure.
going to groom him to take over for him. Now that Rui's gone, he's like, I'm going to groom Carrick, so when I leave in 2 years, which is probably what's going to happen, Carrick's going to take over. It kills me because Giggs should
I
have
was
been
gonna say,
the
what
guy.
about Giggsy?
It's too late. He
Well,
left,
Giggs
dude.
is too busy
Opportunity.
managing for
He left,
Europe.
dude. He wasn't going to
He's
wait around
Wales.
and wait in the shadows. He's like, I want to be a
Yeah.
manager.
He's
I
need
need.
experience.
I'm 40. I'm not 35 and retired. I'm 41. I need at
He shoulda
42.
waited,
I need
though.
to.
He
Let me-
shoulda
let
waited.
me ask
They
you a
should have given
question
it to
real
him right away.
No, man.
After Moyes failed, give the guy into the next year.
Is Carrick like a Man United guy? Is he a Manchester United guy in that I remember him at Spurs,
2 years.
right? And
2
then
years-
I wanna,
2
then,
years
then I
Spurs,
also
12
wanna
years at
ask this
United.
question: is Mikel Arteta like an Arsenal guy or a Man City guy? Kind of like.
Well, he's
No,
I
Arteta's
see
an
him-
Everton.
an
Yeah.
Everton guy. I mean, an Everton.
Oh no, he's
guy.
an Arsenal. He was.
So what I think of Arteta as
he
an
was
Everton guy.
Arsenal captain. He was Wenger's dude on the pitch.
I know.
On the
which
bench,
is
he was
crazy.
Wenger's dude. Like they were in cahoots.
Yeah,
But then you get
fans
the
love
Spanish
him.
contingent over there at the
Man
Etihad.
City, yeah.
I
He
personally
went over there, and him
Just
and Pep Guardiola like minds.
Dude,
you
you
know,
could-
so
I
he
don't see
slipped
him
right
like
into that.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm
He's
looking at
that good.
Carrick, and I see for Carrick, I see him as that guy.
Yeah.
like, as well. And I agree with Arteta, but I see Arteta as like an Everton guy first. But the
Those,
fans,
are,
when he wins at
those, are
Arsenal,
my,
you
those
love
are my
him.
major memories. Like when I think about Arteta's career, I'm seeing him
Everton,
score
right?
bangers for Everton.
Yeah,
Yeah, a couple
yeah.
cute assists and goals for Arsenal. But I think it also hurts that he came to Arsenal when Arsenal was on the slide.
And he was like a
but he
leader. He was like a
stabilized.
leader for
before
us.
before
yeah, but
Cazorla
like a
came in to be that
he
guy.
did-
Arteta was that
He
guy.
did stabilize, but at Everton he elevated.
Absolutely.
So that's the
Absolutely.
difference. That's why I see him as an Everton
But
guy. Kind of like Fellaini served. He's
but it
definitely
says
an
something
Arsenal
when a
guy.
manager like it says something. It says something when a manager like Arsene or Pep Guardiola or Jose will keep a guy like Carrick around or Arteta around, and like why is this guy still captain? Doesn't play. He's a captain on the bench. He comes out, plays a couple
It's
games
training,
a year.
man. It's the things,
But
it's the things we don't see. as
I mean,
much.
it says something if those guys see something in these guys and their intelligence.
But it was also
in the
right
game.
away too. Right after the career, boom, Arteta is with Pep right away. It's not like a hey, be my like other guy. Like well, Giggs got the assistant job, but
No,
it
it
was
was planned. Yeah,
but
I
it
signed
was
him.
right away.
That's why for
Arteta,
Carrick-
be my assistant.
That's why for Carrick to come in, like it will be impressive if he's able just to slide in as like his second right away, or maybe even like kind of that third.
he will be.
Or
He'll
fourth
get
type
he'll
of
get
role where
special
you're in
treatment
there.
because I think that decision is not made without board consent. You know what I mean? So even the board backs him. And United, we always sign our old players back as ambassadors because it's important to keep the energy of the club. It made me so sad, dude. I was watching Bayern this past weekend. Go celebrate and stuff.
Just do that?
And literally, like you see, like the legends coming back. Guys like Cafu are there. Thuram is there. Like all these
At
guys.
Bayern?
Sorry, not Cafu. What's his name? Zerberto.
Okay.
Playing the flute over there?
Yeah, I was like,
His
well,
fingers
yeah.
going.
My memory is losing. Guys like Zerberto on the side, like all these legends that played for Bayern, and they bring like different ones every year.
Yeah, man.
You see Arsene leaving. You got Kanu over there, maybe like a couple play. Like there's
those
no
are
Henri.
random
There's
Well,
no
Henri, he
Well,
actually talked about that how there was regrets in the past.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yes.
But that's my point is that like
fractured relationship, man.
These clubs to keep that identity going, you have to keep these guys involved. And if Carrick wants to be a coach, you got to let him be the a manager. In a couple of years.
Man, this guy, fun fact, Xavi and Xavi Alonso, when they said who their favorite English player was in the league, it was Michael Carrick. A similar style of play. He was the Pirlo that England didn't want to use. He was less utilized than Paul Scholes, who wasn't utilized by the England national team. You bring this guy to the World Cup, Frank Lampard, and Steven Gerrard in the midfield. They can't play together. You put Carrick in there to stabilize. This guy was brought in by Fergie, man. He stayed the ship. 5 Premier League titles, Champions League, FA Cup, Europa
That's why
League.
I see him more as a Man United dude, and like, man, I can respect that. Retiring your legends, or at least embracing your legends, bringing them back.
That's all I'm saying.
Because that does continue some sort of.
It's a community.
It's heritage, man. Like it's football heritage.
Tony,
as Jose would
you're
say,
able to talk to the youth teams and pass it down. And
it's more than just football. It's a community.
It's in your veins.
It's family.
Like,
because I'm done.
Like Tony Adams.
We're all
on the same page.
Wait, Patrick Vieira, you want to do what? No. You're not going to manage.
Tony Adams
go see Man City. They're going to bring you to the MLS.
Tony Adams tried to be the U18's manager, and Wenger said no. So
dude, Nicky Butt's got
like
the
Tony Adams,
team.
your captain. It's like Roy Keane coming back saying, "Yo, I want to coach the U18s." You
you
have
knew he
to
was
give
gonna
it to
grab
him, dude.
by the scruff of the neck. He was gonna try to change the culture.
He was gonna
and-
do it for the passion.
Exactly. And people have different ways of doing things. But look, man,
That could all change now.
A little story
now that Wenger's leaving, those Arsenal dudes could be coming back.
Yeah,
Thierry
it's a
Henry
good
could
call.
be coming back.
can't
in
wait to
some
talk
capacity.
about Arsenal.
Dude, little weirdness about this game. Martial was supposed to play, was reported injured.
Ooh.
Phantom injury, real injury.
Stubbed his toe.
Dude, it's getting
Stubbed his toe getting out of
Might
bed.
be on his way out of United.
Last game, wow, and going into the World Cup too. That's not a good look.
Mentally, he's not in
pretty,
a good
man.
space,
It's
man.
not-
I
It's
think he'll still
pretty.
make that team though, just potentially
the
off
World
the
Cup?
bench. Yeah.
Look, it's gonna be
Kingsley.
tough because they have so much
Yeah,
talent.
Kingsley
man.
coming in.
They have so much talent, but like if on any other country, you have to take him.
Is
But, like,
Ribéry going to the
France,
He should be.
he should. Is he unretired?
World Cup? Dude, he just signed a new contract with Bayern.
Yeah,
an
I saw
extension.
that. Him
I'm
and Robin.
gonna see.
Him and Robin both
You
signed.
just keep signing them until they run out, man. Why you sell them? Why wouldn't you keep them and then retire them
worship
at your
him.
club?
Yeah, they
Jeez,
worship him.
man.
Oh, he's been ruled out.
Next game, Spurs 5-4. This one was a banger. Spurs versus Leicester City.
Crazy game.
It's
Nine
$9
goals,
thriller.
baby. 9 goaling. Hey, Hussy, that was for you, buddy.
Harry Kane
Nothing.
finishing with 30 goals in the EPL season.
Wah, wah.
Saying that was one of his objectives, I guess. It was important for him to reach that in his post-game interview. He mentioned, but unable to get the Golden Boot. I don't think he'll be too mad about that, though, seeing as how Spurs clinched Champions League spot, threw it back in my face. I said they were gonna choke. They didn't choke. So fuck, man, this is looking scary.
So they finished above Liverpool too.
Pochettino, I should say, finished.
Pop.
Yeah, right.
Popovich.
Pop. That's what I was thinking. Came in first season, finished 5th. Second season, finished 3rd. Third season, finished 2nd. And now his 4th season, he's finished 3rd with Spurs. So if you want to talk about consistency, he's a model of it. Now, can he get them to a trophy next year? I don't know, but this is a new Spurs, man. We've done it 3 years in a row now, 4 years. I got to give it up in terms of their consistency. They have the right players, and Harry Kane, if he stays, they're going to be scary next year too.
But the big games, man, they faltered. Man City, they faltered big time. Hugo Lloris faltered big time. Need a good goalie. Need a new goalie. Get this guy out of the team.
Dude, they need major signings, man.
They need depth. They have no depth.
Even
They have
depth,
no
but
depth.
I mean, Lamela, bro, he scored a hat trick
You need
this
a number
game. You got
9.
Son on the bench.
Lorente is the
What do you
only guy you have coming in for Harry Kane.
Dude, they need someone who's going to knock out, like, one of the starters, like, good enough, that level. Depth for sure.
Son should be on the fringe. Dele Alli,
Son is on
Eriksson,
the fringe.
Harry
No, but
Kane.
even
But you
guys,
need a guy to start over that.
But even guys,
Lucas
to
Moura is
start
another guy.
over Ali, like that kind of talent, because they are faltering against Man Cities, the Arsenal,
Not Real Madrid.
Yeah, not Real
beat 'em.
Madrid.
You know what I think
For
they
like
need?
4
It?
points.
But then Juventus.
They
Like
need
if you
some
have
veterans, man. Get some experienced guys. Get some 28 to 31-year-old
Like Patrice
guys.
Evra.
I think who are they're very good right now, but they have that sort of composure. Because I look at this team and it's very young. Lloris is a goalkeeper, so he can only speak so much with his experience. But when you lose, look at this team. Like the oldest player, Vertonghen, one of the oldest guys. Toby Alderweireld, like 28, 29. I think you bring in a few more veterans in attack.
What about a veteran
And I
that's
think-
been in Champions League and has won Spain a couple times? Gareth Bale. How much money
Oh
does
my God.
how much money does Spurs?
Dude, that's what I'm.
That's a ridiculous.
That's
Why-
what
why
I'm
is that-
talking about. That's
No,
the type of level I'm saying. Like Spurs, everything's coming together, but right now they need someone who can put that S on his chest when Harry Kane takes a nap. Like Ali is still young, so there's going to be time when he has an S. Eriksson has goals in him, but not
But I
consistently
like
enough.
Bale because you know what? He is that veteran
He's that
plus more,
dude.
plus the S on the chest. He's
Bro.
He's
Perfect
gonna get you that
Yeah.
goal against Man City.
You need
to
to
win. Dude,
Is he
you
worth
need
100
that-
million
his-
though right now?
his
Is he worth
last-
100 million?
Yes.
Pay 100.
Absolutely.
Yes, pay it.
He is because
In this day and age,
Pay it.
yeah,
Pay it.
in
He
this
is.
day and age,
Hey.
when Virgil van Dijk's 75,
that'd be
Wha-
crazy.
think
He
about
might be the first
his
player to
his
go
left
100.
foot alone,
for-
his left foot alone is
Hey,
what
Forget
did
it-
you see
forget-
him against Barcelona?
you make him.
Pay him.
Hey, you make him number 9 like Cristiano.
He
you
tear the
pay him.
ACL up.
Pay him.
Think deeper.
pay
Think deeper though.
No.
Besides the performance on the field and
Pay
being
him.
the guy with the
Pay him.
Pay him.
the S on the chest,
Pay the
it
man.
actually sends a message to Harry Kane. Sends a message to Eriksson. Sends a message
That's
to
what
Ali.
you need. All
It
those
sends a
dudes
message saying that we are going to
are
invest in you now,
ambition.
and we're not buying young players which seem like they have tons of talent.
Do you think Bale
we're
would
going
be
to get
scared
the next guy?
when they get to the Champions League and
No.
they're going up against a Juventus? Bale's not gonna be scared.
He's hungrier.
He's like, I scored the winning goal again in the Champions League final.
But the
I
main
beat
thing
Barca
is
in the Copa Madrid,
injury
Copa del Rey
prone.
by myself.
Injury prone. If
That
he-
is key.
That's the main thing. If he wasn't injury prone,
Dude,
he's
and that's why
easily
but-
worth 100.
But dude, and that's why you get cover. That's why you get your depth. You pray
So
to
and
God. You wrap
Sissoko.
him. You wrap him.
But
in
Lamela.
yellow.
you're not going to be able to get
Moura.
as much depth if you spend 150 to 120 mil, especially Spurs.
Yeah, but
Their
like you're
wage
saying,
structure and all that. If they spend that much, I know they have a lot because they're in the Champions League now, but
I'm saying you sign.
it's a risk.
You use $150 million on 2 players max, and then you use $50 million to plug in that depth. The young, like the 28-year-old, you go to
Do you
to
see
Italy.
Spurs spending like that? Because look, I think there's potential, but the wage
I
structure.
think-
if you get guys like that, now
I
you have to
think-
break your wage structure.
Agreed. And I
Gareth-
think this is the year where they're gonna adjust it. They're not gonna break it, but this is the year where to keep a guy like Harry Kane, you're gonna have to pay a little money. They got rid of Walker.
Transfer records.
They're
I
gonna
mean-
get rid of Deadwood like Rose and Alderweireld. I think those guys are eating salary cap. They'll get rid
You
of
think
those.
they're getting rid of Toby?
You think he's Deadwood?
No.
I think to them he's Deadwood. I don't think to Poch he is, but I think to the club they see a guy that can cash out on. Like you're saying, he's 28.
Well-
Rose is unhappy at Tottenham.
I don't think you should get rid
They
of
might
Toby,
go
but-
for the young kid
Gunner,
from
though.
Ajax. If they go for that
Yeah.
kid, then
What's
you
his
have. I
Delete.
can't say his
You
name.
gotta say his name for the
I
people.
can't say his name. So, the
How do
young
you
kid.
spell it?
I don't know how to spell it either.
DE space LIGT.
Okay, there we go. I don't know how. No, I'm not going to go after that. This is just a bunch of consonants.
Just go on with it.
Go ahead.
No, but basically the thing is, they're going to do the same thing that they just brought in Sanchez. But if they have Vertonghen, Sanchez, who's growing as a player, and then bring in another young kid,
Sanchez,
again, it's just Spurs showing that they have the talent to recruit.
And by the way, Gareth Bale is the highest or the wealthiest, richest footballer in Great Britain. Made $74 million last year. His wages, he's paid $18.2 million a year after tax. So if Spurs can afford this guy, that's the big thing. Because he's not going to take a pay decrease. I know he's getting older, but he's still at the top of his game. So,
and plenty of clubs would take Bale, right?
But take a little home
pay
discount.
the man.
But with the new stadium, if they bring Gareth Bale, they're selling out.
But also,
but
actually, with the new stadium, they got the Arsenal curse
against them. Yeah, because Wenger did warn them of that. He's like, once you get your new stadium, gotta be wary of dudes like Harry Kane. They might need to sell Harry Kane in order to fund the stadium
Sell Harry
purchase.
Kane, you get Gareth, and you get somebody else.
You get 175, potentially 200 million for Harry Kane.
Easy. Dude, he's been over 40 goals in all competitions the last 3 seasons, guys. At Tottenham Hotspur,
he's pretty damn durable as well.
Yeah,
he does miss
this
some.
was the first year where he missed chunks.
Well, who do they go out and get then instead of Harry Kane, because they need to keep him?
No, they'll keep. I'm just saying. To fund it, Huss,
money.
It becomes a real situation where they're like, look, we're in a deficit and we need to get out.
We're losing money.
That's big reason why Arsenal sold their players as well.
Dude, that's why they sold Modric, Bale, and all them, because their wage structure. Like, Arsenal. Tottenham is so money.
Well, they also didn't make Champions League, and they want to leave too.
Yeah, I know, right? Mad disrespect to Spurs. Lamela with did he get a brace? Yeah, Lamela got a brace. No, I thought it was an own goal on vouchers.
Fuchs. They said it was vouchers. It was weird.
Yeah. He took a shot and vouchers knocked it in. Kane got himself a brace.
For real.
And Ian Nacho with a screamer here. Tom's boy.
Dude, Leicester fucking
still backing this kid.
I'm still backing this kid, man. I think he's gonna have a good World Cup. Not anything special,
Super
but
Eagles.
Yeah,
that was a Fuchs own goal, by the way.
Ow.
But Lamela still got a brace anyway.
Dude, Kyle
Walker-Peters getting in the mix, 2 assists. But Leicester threw this game away, man. Up 3-1. 5-minute rule. They scored in the 47th, conceding the 49th, and then the 53rd. And then, Jamie Vardy rocket of an equalizer to make it 4-4 again.
That lefty, man, that was crazy.
But then Harry Kane's goal was like a Thierry Henry. I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna roll it inside. I'm gonna open my hips again and just fucking curl it back post. Quintessential Thierry Henry style.
Yeah, he showed it. That was
he is the new Thierry Henry for this league. I swear to God.
Nah, Brad, chill.
I'm not saying. Hey, dude, I'm saying output. 25, 25, 30, 25. Like,
all right, output. Okay,
that's all I'm saying. And his style, dude. He's got that right foot on point.
Not the style. No way.
Dude, I'm not saying style.
You just said style.
Dude, the goal today was
that goal was an Henry-esque goal.
He does that often.
He doesn't douse and Shirl often.
He's a bulldozer.
He's a one-touch finisher.
I'm not going to the goal line and then doing the inside of the pass far post. I'm just.
Nobody's
output. How much?
Let's keep it to output.
All right,
let's keep it to output.
Not how much output? I got you. Not style.
How much did he pay Chaudhry, the guy who dove like he's playing U10 soccer, to take that like fake block, dude? Do you guys see that block? Harry Kane paid him. Harry Kane paid him. Was like, yo, you'll know the moment, bro. You'll know the moment when we go 1-on-1. Dude, that was the worst. It was a sales job, but like, you know what? It's one. I'm not saying the dude should have stood his ground, but he literally stepped and jumped, bro. It's almost like when you watch movies in Hollywood and like they try to show a soccer scene and you see people like jumping out the way. You're like, that's not how soccer's played.
But that's how much you have to respect Kane's ping.
That's a pussy.
He stepped to him. He had to look. It's like a great. No, it's like a great.
Dude, that was a Jamie Carragher, Liverpool versus Thierry Henry. I'm gonna fall over and tie my shoes.
It was a body bag.
Oh, you mean
Hussy smiling?
You mean when Carragher was standing on the 18, Henry was standing at half, and he still beat him to the ball?
That's another time. That's another time. Riyad Mahrez gets a goal in this game. He finishes
just like Kane, yo.
He finishes with 12 goals, 10 assists on the season. After a whole January, I'm leaving. I want to go. Fucking credit to this dude. His hair his dyed hair now, or his bleached hair is gone. But he really got it back together, man. That's very respectable stats. 12 goals, 10 assists. To put it in perspective, Son, 12 goals, 6 assists. Hazard, 12 goals, 4 assists. Jesus, 13 and 3. Lacazette, 14 and 4, which is also good.
But if we want to talk about stats real quick.
But Riyad Mahrez, man, from Leicester City, crazy stats.
If we want to talk about Leicester and we talk about stats,
we are.
Let's talk about Jamie Vardy. 24 goals, all comps. 20 goals in the league. When it comes down to it for the World Cup, if they're playing two up front, it needs to be Harry Kane and Vardy. If they're playing basically the two wingers and the striker, Vardy has to be one of them. What was that?
Cops?
That was right.
With the police?
Yo, this dude fucking cop noise. Yes, what the?
Sorry, I'm sorry.
I was really like,
sorry.
What was that?
I was really upset. I was like, we all get arrested
That was
right
me.
now?
Oh, no, that was me.
Oh, man. Well, anyways.
Sat on a cop.
Yes, Hussy, I know
Like
you're
if there's the winger, Vardy has to be out there. I know there's Rashford, but Vardy, when it comes down to it, he's produced the last 3 years. I mean, he broke Van Nistelrooy's record. You got to give this guy props. You have to show him
2 years ago.
It's not
So?
always the prettiest.
Dude, just because
that's
he broke the record too.
He's fast. He punches himself in the face.
just
He'll
don't-
run through
likes
anybody. He
to
has
be
a good
fast.
shot.
Just don't bring up stuff from 2 years ago about World Cup this summer.
I'm bringing up this year too. I'm bringing up the last 3 years.
Listen to what I'm saying.
I know I'm listening. I'm listening to all of it.
You don't know you're listening. Clearly. Clearly don't know you're listening.
No, the fact of the matter is, I'm not just bringing up 3 years ago. I'm bringing up this year, last year, the year before.
Look, man.
I'm bringing up all those years because that's what's happened
the thing
since
about
the
Vardy, dude.
last World Cup.
He just jams it in. There's nothing
Dude.
smooth about it, bro. There's nothing
Never.
smooth.
Dude, you get it? When it comes to World Cup, you got to go off like the last season, like a little bit of consistency,
You gotta have a little
but current form.
Everything is power, pace. Like, look, I love his game to some degree, but there's a certain that Harry Kane goal, like he scored against them, right? To make Chowdhury just die with that fake. There's a little bit of smoothness there. I'm not saying you need it, but there's no finesse to Jamie Vardy's
Put it this
game.
way.
I don't think that makes for a starting
Put it this way.
striker, especially over
Do you
Kane.
think there's much finesse with Son from Tottenham and him and Kane work
Yes.
very well
Yes.
together? Well, there's a little, but when it comes down to it,
There's a lot of finesse.
no, when it comes
There's
down to
more than
Vardy, it's the same.
Vardy's got
Can we
no
let him
finesse, dog. He's
I
got
was
no
talking.
finesse.
But when it comes
You ask
down
a
to
question, then you talk over it.
no, it's a rhetorical question. Don't answer. But
I like
when
that.
it
I
comes
like
down
that.
to
Tell yourself the rule.
it, it's the same thing. Song goes fast down the line. Vardy goes fast down the line. Maybe he can cut in, whatever. But you bring speed with
Vardy's
power
good.
right there.
Okay, Vardy's good. I'm not mad at the 4-4-2 shout. I love a two-striker system. Like, if they play with three in the back, a 3-5-2, Southgate's shown that he might do that with England. I'm not mad at that because at least he brings experience. He does have that speed,
The legs.
threat versus the Harry Kane, who's more of a, target.
I like the three. I like the
Overall
striker
center
with the two
striker.
wingers because if you look at the best teams in the world, they play striker and then
So you're
wingers.
saying Vardy should play winger?
Left wing.
Yeah,
I
Raheem
don't think he has the
Sterling.
finesse,
Raheem
so
Sterling
if
can't
anything,
play
I
that.
play him right wing because I don't
No.
think he has that.
I think he
finesse.
can cut in, and I think he can just power the ball. Basically, just
So you're thinking a lot offense too. Like when you play that system, he's got to drop back and cover.
I think
that
he will.
fullback.
If you tell
This is
him,
1980, bro.
But that's his wasted legs covering the fullback, man. I think, like Tom's saying, you go with a 2-forward system, or unfortunately for him, you bring him off the bench. You want all his legs spent going
For
forward.
me, Vardy's a
pressing the back
striker.
line.
Like he's
Yeah.
the
I don't
perfect
even-
guy to play on the last shoulder of the defender. He's gonna give you the work rate to track back as well. He's strong enough to hold it up. He has power, which is good, but
It's just
I don't
unfortunate
think he has the
has
finesse
Kane
of a winger. He
to
can
deal
do
with.
it, but now you're taking a guy who's like an 82, 83,
But the
and
best-
you're putting him to left wing. I think he's more in the 70 range there. You know
but the
what
best
I mean?
part
Like,
is that when Kane has the power to hold the ball up, he just slips the ball through the defenders. Vardy has the speed to beat out those defenders, run onto goal.
But then he has to, if he misses or the ball's intercepted, he has to chase back.
To a point, yes.
No,
but
no,
you
to-
do
to
have
a
teammates. You
Dude,
don't have
no,
to
Hussy,
sprint all the
Hussy,
way
but
back.
Left
you-
wing
hey,
is
you
different
want
from
someone-
striker, dude.
Play
It's very
Jesse Lingard in
different.
that position. Much better option.
Look at all the best
Much
teams in the
better
world
possibilities.
when they play
Are you
the
listening?
wingers. Yeah,
But they don't move forwards to wingers.
No, we're still on this.
I know. I'm still on it too. I'm saying someone who is a better option than Jamie Vardy on the left is Jesse Lingard. Way more capable of developing play and creating opportunities instead of just power.
yeah, you want to
He in a
dribbler
power through
typically
Brazil
in
and
a
Italy,
three,
or
like-
not Italy actually,
and
but
he-
Brazil, Germany.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I'm
Yeah.
with you, dude. Like, look, maybe it could work, but
It's
that's
tough,
not your
man.
top team.
His
is it?
numbers
That's
are
not
there,
his
Huss.
best
His
team.
numbers are there. It's just unfortunate he has to go against Harry Kane. Any
Let me know
other
when
year, he
Lingard
would've
gets
been the
20 goals
starter.
in a season.
different
He doesn't
positions.
play striker, you
Different
ding-dong.
positions.
No, because
because
the winger and the striker are very similar now.
Oh, shut up,
Look,
dude.
Salah is different.
Who got the most goals in the league
Salah's
this year?
different.
No, that's one player.
Even when Alexis was banging in goals, even when Hazard got what, like 18 goals and 9 assists, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, that's vicious," which it is. But getting 20 plus goals from a winger position, now we're talking
It's
CR7.
rare, man.
Now we're talking
Salah.
guys, even like Robin Ribéry. Very
rare,
difficult to get
But
20
the
goals.
style,
from that
the
wing
style
spot,
of play, man. United play through Lukaku. Liverpool play through their wingers. They don't play through. I mean, they play off Firmino, but they don't play through him.
I think they can. England can play through those wingers. Play through Kane, and then you can swing it out to the
When
wingers.
you have Harry Kane, you play through.
Yeah,
Harry
swing
Kane.
it out to the wingers. Just make sure one of them isn't Vardy.
Yeah.
Put him in striker.
Fine. I guess they go nowhere
Have
again.
you seen Vardy's left foot aside from the
So
goal?
it's Jamie Vardy.
That's a
That's
different
a
deal breaker.
Jamie Vardy
Playing at wing, carried away.
is what? That's what's gonna resurrect England. Yeah, that's what's gonna resurrect the Lions over
He
here.
and the captain's band.
Jamie
If
Vardy,
Milner's not
stay
going to
away.
be,
Oh, you're ridiculous,
if James
bro.
Milner's not going to
No
be
chance.
on England, Jamie Vardy should have the armband.
Just cornered yourself,
Yeah.
right? Cornered yourself in there.
Greedy again, but speaking of
Put him in
Hussy,
goal.
Liverpool 4,
England doesn't have a goalie.
Brighton 0. Man, this dude Klopp, usually his beard's all scruffy. He knew it was last day, so he lined it
Got
up a
lined
little
up.
bit. And
brushed his teeth.
I mean, the biggest news in this story, in this game, is Salah breaking the record with 41 goals. Oh my
32,
God.
32 in the league.
32
That's
in
a
the
record
league.
for the 38-game season.
It's unbelievable, man. Unfortunately, takes that off Ronaldo's hands. Come back, Ronaldo.
Ronaldo,
Get it back.
Suarez, Alan Shearer. Goodbye, fellas. You're now in second place.
What kind of... That's amazing company to be in right there.
Company?
Here's a question, man, and I know it's a bit of a pessimistic one. What does he do next year?
Yeah,
41
goes to
this
Madrid.
year.
Let's shit on Liverpool
No,
right
I say
away.
he stays on Liverpool.
No, dude,
Yeah,
he'll
I mean, his production.
he'll stay for at least 3 years because they've paid. I mean, they've put faith in him. He's rewarded them. He's
He
a
wants
god.
to stay too.
He's a god. I
He'll
mean,
stay.
for now.
Well, no, he's come out and said that I'm very, very happy here.
They was
I
scrap-
do
they
not
was-
want to go,
but
and,
they was
and he,
scrap-
and he
hey,
basically said this is the beginning. We just started here.
Fact of the matter is they scrapped for top 4, left it to the last game of the season to make it. I'm just saying,
So did
let me
Coutinho.
finish.
Coutinho
If they
said
don't,
that.
if they don't make it top 4 next year, is this guy really going to stick? And the year after that, if they're still fighting just for top 4, is
Well,
he
we
really
didn't go
gonna
to
stick?
Champions League final with
I was
Coutinho.
about to say, if they win a Champions League final,
it could all change.
It doesn't
It could all
matter
change.
if Liverpool finishes 6th. I think Salah will stay anyway.
No, look.
Next year they
all
finish
right,
in 6th.
To be clear,
They win it. They win
if
it
they
this
win
year.
it this year,
They finish in 6th next year.
I think he'll just by
All
the faith of
possibilities.
winning a
Holy
Champions
crap.
League. I think he'll be back.
Yeah.
I think he'll
fact
be
of
back.
life,
Bring a
he
name up.
stays this year. Fact of life.
Shut
So
up.
we're not debating that. He stays this summer at Liverpool, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
no
Yeah,
debate.
this
No,
summer.
no, no.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
summer,
no.
100%. I see
100%
him staying.
stays. Is he scoring 40 goals for Liverpool next season?
I think
No.
he's scoring 35. Like somewhere, I think he's in the 30 range, all comps.
Cool.
Next
Yeah,
year.
I think
He'll-
he's found the right manager, the right team. I think they're building right around the wingers. They're gonna score the goals, and when it comes down to it, at worst, I say 30 goals all comps.
You know what? Fuck.
At worst.
I say he's
Yeah,
gonna.
that's what
I
I'm
say
I
he's
mean,
gonna,
unless if
I say he's gonna up the dosage. I say. Fuck it, bro.
He's going Messi
The
on England.
Celtic are gonna win a game versus the Cavs. You know they're not gonna make us. No one, dude. You never know with this game. Liverpool are gonna make to the final. They have. I say Salah's gonna go for the 50.
Look,
He's going for the
wow.
Messi Ronaldo stats. You gotta go further in the FA Cup. You gotta go further in the League Cup. You gotta go further in these tournaments.
So
be
much
more
has
productive.
to go right.
Yeah.
Here's the thing that I love. That's
More
why
hat tricks.
I'm good. This is
I'll
why.
take one.
This is why I love the fact that his composure. That's why I don't think he's a fluke. You know, we've seen
That's
flukes
why
in
I
the
believe in
past.
the 50.
Kevin Phillips, and I don't want to say these guys are flukes. They're not flukes.
I love
I'm just
how
talking
Kevin
about they
Phillips
had
always
one great season, and then you were thinking, oh, next year, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? And then they didn't do anything. They typically play on weaker teams. Liverpool isn't one of those teams. They have a supporting cast. Mane, Firmino, Naby Keita coming in. The system is one of scoring goals. Like, he'd rather win, not rather, but he does not mind winning 6-3, 7-3. Like, that's no big deal to him. So, as far as Klopp goes, so I think Salah, in the system, in his composure, when you look at the goals he scores, his awareness is amazing. It's not just dribbling and shooting or distance. Like, it's all variations of goals, showing that he has the ability to do it again, I think.
I will say that the one thing that could actually be hurting him is the fact that they have gone further into the season. They have gone far into Champions League, and now he heads to World Cup. If they do well in the World Cup, his legs are going to be spent. by July.
Welcome to the rest of the
No,
world, my
no,
friend.
no. When it comes
Welcome to Man United, bro.
Hey,
going
us.
further in these
But this is
championships.
this is the first year that Salah has done it, so he might
That's
not
when
be
they
ready
juice.
next year. So that's why maybe
Man's game.
he won't do as much. He'll still be
man's
effective.
game. Pay the
Like,
man.
He's gonna reach out to CR7
Let's
and
go.
Messi. Like,
Pay him.
hey,
He'll probably still.
what doctor you guys go to stay in shape?
Michael
Come on,
Jackson's
man.
doctor.
Like, this dude's. He's gonna get on the juice.
Yeah,
He's getting on the juice.
End of story.
but when it comes down to it, this is the first year that he's done all this, so he might not used to it. But again, that's Liverpool. They'll have to buy depth. That's the number one thing, minus
fine.
goalie and
What's
so
depth?
maybe it's the third thing because you
What's
got goalie, center back, and then depth.
Holy.
left back, right
Yeah.
back,
So,
center
why
back,
left back?
goalie.
Robinson's done awesome, dude.
You need cover.
Depth, dude.
Yeah,
When he
You
goes
need
down.
more.
yeah, Moreno, your boy, Moreno.
Love that dude.
Robinson, by the way.
he's like
Robinson,
bowl of
by the way,
oatmeal.
goal. And
Flavorless.
was that Robinson's first goal?
So who
for
does
the club,
Liverpool
Huss?
then need, Huss?
Never mind. We won't talk about the game. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Nah, it's cool.
Yeah, the game. They won 4-0. Great shots.
I was just watching the
Awesome
show.
shots.
This is great.
Robinson did good. Salah did good.
Did well.
They all did good.
Well,
All right, they all did well.
Terrible English.
So whatever.
whatever. For
So when it comes, I still think Salah's goal per game, goal per minute type of thing. That's all going to be good. It's the fact that I think he might have to play less next year because how hard that Klopp had played him this year.
That's a good call, man. That's a good call.
And I think they need to do that for the fact because actually, you know what? I don't say they need to because Barcelona, the way they played Messi the last 8 years has been ridiculous. The amount of hours.
I think
But
that's
dude,
not
he,
one of
he,
the
doesn't,
biggest
he doesn't
weaknesses.
sprint all 90, man. He
Nah,
waits till
he
he gets the
walks
ball, then he
more.
runs. He
Yeah.
fucking walks.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he
that's
still runs a lot, dude.
Dude, he walks.
He
Yeah.
walks defensively now, like at that age.
He doesn't give a shit. Give me the ball, son.
Dude,
Yeah.
Give me the ball.
more than
wingers
he
and
used to,
strikers
for
run
sure.
a lot, dude. They work hard.
He's not a winger or he's a Messi. That's
Yeah,
his
sure.
role, dude. He
So-
can strut. He can take a lawn chair out.
Dude,
he can
literally
sit down.
Yeah. When they
He
don't
can
have
get a
possession.
culotta going. I don't care.
You know what the best?
He's
You know what the best part
he's
about this? It was so fun. I'm a Liverpool fan, obviously. It was so fun
Are
to
you?
watch
Really?
him play this year. Yes, he broke the
Messi?
record. No,
Yeah, it was sick to
Salah.
watch him
Where it's
this
like
year.
the fact of the matter is the way he went left, he went right. He did just like
He's fast.
High highs, low lows.
he shows.
In the pool, on the pool?
minus Neymar, this is the first hint of like the next like actual generation, like the next like great generation that we have coming up
Oh,
right now.
Pogba.
If he keeps it going, but this
You know
felt
what you
special. I mean, Pogba maybe 3 years ago when he was at
just a
Juventus or
different-
something.
different
Ousmane
type of
Dembele
player.
might be a guy who
Dembele
Dembele.
too.
brings in
Last
legit.
year,
Mbappe.
I'm telling you,
you.
winning the Champions League
Winning-
final changes everything for this Liverpool team. It changes everything for Klopp.
You're legit.
Now we're looking at his Dortmund history, and we're like, okay, he was going up against Bayern. No one ever really beats Bayern like that, even though he did win.
what
the
if they
league
lose
there.
like 3-2?
If-
Is it the same thing?
No,
No, not the same thing exactly, but
it's
saying
close.
that they're close.
It's better than losing 5-0.
Well, I'm saying is like
100%.
people are saying, "Oh,
no,
I'm
it's
saying
better
they're
than losing
close.
5-0. How you lose is very important, but winning is the most
Yeah,
important.
the difference
thing in
between
this.
losing and being in the final is basically the same. Like, obviously, like you're saying, you don't want 5-0. But you losing 3-2 is just, like, it's
I
equivalent to
understand
being
that.
in the final, like, the amount of juice you get. But, yeah, to Tom's point, you win now, everyone has to fucking look at you with respect. Even though in the league, you left it to the last day. Like, that kind of gets put on the back burner because in this tournament of champions, you guys ran through it.
And then we got Keita coming in this June, who will probably be attending the Champions League final, just as a spectator, obviously. But then if Chan leaves for Juventus, there's a lot of talk about Khedira coming over and playing for
swap.
Liverpool.
That's a good
Talking
little
about
experience.
swap.
guy.
Look,
You're
he's
getting
31
an
years
old
old or
German for a young German.
But not only that, but he's more experienced. He's won Champions League. He's
more
won
tired.
Italy. He's
Yeah,
won
his
Spain.
body's
He's
breaking down.
he's-
His muscles don't work as good
That's
as they
fine.
used to.
He's
won-
who else has he
slower.
won?
He's
The Klopp
Oh,
system.
Germany, obviously.
Look,
But-
Khedira's game, he's a box to box. I'm not saying he's gonna be
The mentality, though, bringing
be
in
able to
that
run as much, but
Oh,
he's gonna
he-
be energetic when he's
you
out
bring
there.
him in, man. But you bring him. That means he can't play more than 20 starts. You
That
got to bring
means
someone to
China's
cover.
out.
You gotta,
I
you
wouldn't
bring-
say that.
You
I
gotta
wouldn't say that.
You got to.
Nah,
I'm just
you see,
saying. You got to be cautious. You
Yeah.
got to bring in two guys with him.
You
Two
get
guys.
Khedira
But if
for
Chan,
what?
but if
What?
Chan's leaving
20
anyways, this is the mentality wise. He can be a
Stop saying
great
mentality.
mentor for the younger players.
I'm with you, Huss. I'm with you in that regard, 100%. But you sign someone as well. You know?
Oh
what I
no,
mean?
of course. This is not like someone
Like
that,
you bring in
this is not
Khedira
the
as
end
a-
all be all.
as part of the depth that we're discussing. You bring
But-
him as part of the depth.
But again, when we talk about certain teams, when they do go through droughts, you have to change the philosophy of their club. You have to get winners in there to get them believing. I mean, we talked about Jose wanting to win the Community Shield because it would change the atmosphere of the club.
League Cup, yeah.
Or the League Cup.
And both, yeah.
But when it comes to
anything available, you win.
Exactly. So they're not the biggest cups, but it's a cup.
Get the taste.
Yeah. Exactly.
Get the blood on the lips.
You get someone that has the taste. You make sure that they're the ones are not so much vocal leader, but they're saying the president for the younger players.
That's exactly what Spurs need. They haven't won a Premier League since 1961.
They need
League
champions
Cup,
in 2008.
Yeah. They need champions in there.
They need a Zlatan saying anything is possible, basically.
That was, yeah.
Too, but.
Yeah. Last thing on Liverpool, Mo Salah finishes with 32 goals, second top scorer in all of Europe, only to Lionel Messi, who had 34. Got a hat-trick the other day. Without that hat-trick, you see Mo Salah winning Golden Boot, which would have been awesome. But, I mean, you got Salah second, third is Harry Kane. So England, top three scores in Europe, England's got 3 with 30 and 32. I think it says something for the league.
Got 2.
We got 2.
Yeah.
But it's just respect to the league and what is brewing, just producing unbelievable talent.
The
best talent in the world.
It's only going to get better for England for the fact that, again, all top 16 have roughly 200 million to spend.
It just makes me laugh, dude, because Spurs get a guy who scores 32 goals, Harry Kane 30 goals. Where do you guys finish? 3rd and 4th. You kidding me?
It's insane.
You fucking kidding me, bro? You got a guy who can put 32 goals in it.
Well,
you can't do better than 3rd or
4th. I can answer that.
Almost 5th.
I can answer that. The main part for Liverpool is obviously the defense. Since Van Dijk has come in since January, they have done a lot better. And if we went out for the points since January, I'm sure they've done better than United since January for points.
How'd they do overall?
But that's what it is.
All I'm saying is that you got a guy who scored 32 in 38 games, 32 goals. That's almost a goal a game.
Yeah, no, that's insane.
You know, you just need a couple of guys chipping in,
which they
did.
Firmino
had 15 goals. That's what I'm saying.
It just speaks to the competitiveness. It's laughable. Yeah, it's how competitive the league is. It's so competitive that you can have a 30-goal scorer.
4th.
Yeah, that's absolutely insane, man. But for at least for Brighton, there was a little silver lining to the spanking. They're actually able to stay up in the EPL. So congratulations to Brighton, Hove, and Albion.
Pascal Gross
making that extra cash for them TV rights.
All 3 promoted teams stayed up this year, which is great to see. It's only happened a couple times.
Yeah, it's pretty rare.
Usually one falls back down. Love when who are finishing first goes back down. Playoff team stays up, does the best out of anybody. But yeah, credit to him, man, and credit to Liverpool.
Hey, Baldy.
Hey. This episode of the Podcast FC Show is brought to you by Hims.
Hers?
Thanks to science, baldness can be optional. Hims connects you with real doctors and medical-grade solutions to treat hair loss. Problem. 66.
That was off. Hey.
60s. Hey.
No, I love it, man. Keep going.
I forget the word I'm looking for. 66% of men lose their hair by age 35. The thing is, when you start to lose it, it's too late. It's easier to keep the hair you have than to replace the ones you lost. So, instead of waiting... What the hell was the word I was looking for? Anyway.
Hey, man, this is why you need Hims right here, man. That cul-de-sac of yours is getting really thin right there.
Yep. Hims will help you regain the confidence with the ladies or men without having to undergo any drastic surgical procedures or dodgy medicines as seen on TV at 3:30 a.m. in the morning. So, go to Hims. Oh, Jesus Christ. Solution. forhims.com, a one-stop shop for hair loss, skincare, and sexual wellness for men. Jesus. I'm sorry, guys. If you order now, our listeners will get a try a month of Hims for just $5 today right now while supplies last. See website for full details. This would cost hundreds of dollars if you went to the doctor or pharmacy. So go to forhims.com/FCsoccer. That's FORHIMS.com/FCsoccer. One more time, everybody. forhims.com/FCsoccer. Check it out. Change your life. Get that girl of your dreams in the office. Go up to her. Ask her out. Change your life.
Boom.
Quick touch.
Got through it.
Nice, man. Jeez, man.
I
want to do a rewrite on it. I still have the Wayne Rooney fucking baldness pick, and I want to change it, and I haven't. So that's what you get. You get the slap together on the spot.
Man. Change that Rooney.
What was the word I was looking for? You guys called me out on the.
You haven't said the word yet. We don't know.
There's problem. Too many words.
Pros. You guys are coming at me on my pros, and I didn't appreciate that.
Problems.
What you know about what you know about slam poetry, Huss?
I know everything about slam poetry.
Yeah,
I'm the slammest of the slam poetry.
Slamming sandwiches
my
down your
God.
throat.
Yeah, that's part of the poetry.
I said deja vu.
Poetry in motion.
What's the first game?
Newcastle 3, Chelsea.
I love it. This is a quick touch.
No.
Hey, Fazio! Europa! My brother, Chelsea fan, love it. Rubbed it in his face. Gave him a big Europa. Rafa Benitez of all people. Not that it would have mattered. Liverpool won
He
on the
always
weekend
steps
anyway.
up against the
But
big
hey,
guys.
Candidate,
My
manager of the year.
my friend-
Candidate of manager of the year.
A friend of mine, a Liverpool fan, texted me, Rafa's still a red. Doing Liverpool a favor by beating Chelsea convincingly.
Not just beat 'em, yeah.
Convincingly. Ayoze Perez, languishing on my bench, gets another goal.
This guy's been on fire, man.
I pretty much, John Joe
so
Shelby
strong.
scored that goal. Dwight Gale opened
Yeah.
the scoring. But Chelsea, soulless, lifeless, listless, if you will. Complete lackadaisical, and after the game, great interview with Conte about this season, next season, what's going to happen, where he's going to be.
Is he gone next season, Antonio Conte?
Oh, he's gone.
Well, he said that he's still committed to Chelsea because they still have the FA Cup.
He has to
But-
say that.
At the same time, I don't know. Again, it has to be a change somehow. It has to be a managerial change, or it has to be some sort of player
German.
or players that need to be changed. So, many players or just a couple are not listening to Conte.
So which
the
one would you
flavor
go
is out.
with?
The flair is out.
Would you get rid of the coach, or would you mainly bring in new players?
Sal Hazard.
First
Cash
things first.
in.
Again, I was never a big fan of the Giroud, because I think Chelsea is a bigger club than Giroud.
What about the Morata?
I think Morata for the price was 58 or 56 million pounds. I think that was a good buy
But
for
why
the
is
price.
everyone
you
hating
see-
on
you-
Giroud?
But I
You
was
seem like
always
they changed the players.
But
then,
I
man.
was always a big fan of Diego Costa. I always wanted to keep
He's
him.
gone.
I know.
So
So-
don't bring him up.
Conte, you know what? If I was Ramen, I would talk to him like, look, do you want to stay? If you do want to stay, it's yours at least one more year. If you want to. If you don't, if you have no passion,
He
we're
doesn't
getting
want-
rid of
here's
you
the-
in October.
Here's the issue, dude. Conte wants out, but he's leaving, I think, $13 million if he leaves. So he said he's going to see
Get
out.
fired. Take the severance.
Yeah, there's
That's
no
what
way
he
he's going to be
wants.
like, yeah,
You
I'm
can
going
see
to
his energy.
resign.
No,
and-
Robert, he doesn't care about 13 million. He's a
No,
billionaire.
no.
So when it comes
No,
down
no,
to
no.
You
The
saw?
coach.
Did you watch this?
I
game?
know that. No, I'm saying is
Did you watch
The coach is not a billionaire.
No, I'm saying the owner is, so he could just fire him no matter what.
No, 100%. But Conte wants to be fired.
Yeah, that's fine. Then I would talk
doesn't-
to him and be like, if you want to be fired, I'll fire you. I'll still pay you the money.
It's not what
But
you would do.
That's not how it works.
Yeah,
You're not
I'm
running
saying
the club,
Abramovich,
dude.
Think about, look, man, at this point now it's like 40
It's a
laws of
stalemate.
power, man.
It's
You
a
got to be
stalemate.
smart about it. You don't want to just put yourself out there. The CEO tell him, yeah, I want to give up. I want to quit. He's going to be all right, walk away then. I'm not paying you the severance. You have to either
You have
act
to get
up
fired.
or like lose a locker room. But even then, he damages reputation. He has to get that pink slip, essentially, of getting fired.
And that's why you see him in this game. The first goal goes in. He's sitting on the bench, LVG style. Arms folded. Have we ever seen Conte? Conte's the same guy who jumps into the stands when they score, slides on his knees, Mourinho style.
But this
He's
is
sitting
how
there
he's been like this
Since-
this season, yeah.
Since he wanted Lukaku.
When they lose,
But
yeah.
Abramovich didn't want Lukaku. He wanted Morata. And vice versa with United.
Oh yeah, and then that technical director, I believe, left. He went to Monaco. I can't recall his name right now, but
He left as well.
yep.
He wanted to. He didn't mind selling Matic. He just didn't want to sell him to United. Abramovich gave Mourinho a wink with that one. So Abramovich, this is a classic issue, just like the Dallas Cowboys, of the owner bringing in prime A beef managerial talent and not giving them what they want. He does the same thing to Mourinho. He said, no, Mourinho, come back the second time. I promise everything's going to be great. You're going to have your way. They finished 10th after he wins the league. Gets fired that year because Hazard and them wouldn't play for him.
And he sided with the
This
players.
was
not the
Michael
manager.
Imanalo, by the way. Just want to say that. The
Cool.
director.
This is a club run by the owner and the players. The
Oh, yeah.
manager is just a cuckold in this whole thing.
Oh,
He's just
100%.
there to put
Total
on a
cuck.
suit and show up for those 90 minutes, yell some instructions, but the
You're
owner gets to
going
choose who comes
get
in.
fired when you work at Chelsea. There's no
That's it.
longevity.
You
there.
no longevity.
I like you said that, Tiki, because Unai Emery, former PSG coach, came out and said that at PSG, he's like, that was Neymar's team.
It was.
He's like, at Barcelona, it's Messi's team.
Yeah.
You know, at Madrid, it's Zidane's team now.
It's finally Zidane's,
You
but it's
know?
Ronaldo's team.
It was
It's
Ronaldo's
been,
team,
yeah,
but
absolutely.
you know, Liverpool, Klopp's team, but
He
big
said
influence.
every other club. You go to
But,
City,
but
Pep.
it's either
Yeah.
the manager or Real Madrid is Perez, the owner.
Yeah.
You know, the president. It's either the president, the manager, or the Messi. You know, it's one of the three. And what were we just talking about? What team?
Chelsea.
Chelsea. It's the owner.
And the player.
That manager's at the bottom of that totem pole.
Exactly.
You know,
I think we need
a
to
guy
realize
like Conte doesn't belong on the bottom.
no, it's disrespectful, man. What he did in Italy, what he did with Italy at the Euro, and what he's done with Chelsea.
Dude, he almost won a double his first year. Let's not forget he lost to Arsenal.
He's back-to-back FA Cups in 2 years.
and let's not forget that Rahman is probably talking to Hazard too. What do you think about the manager? Do you want to stay?
Agreed.
I want you here.
I know a guy, Shevchenko.
I could totally see that. I could totally see him talking. What is it going to take
That's
to
his
keep you here?
selling guy. That's
Now
the
that
guy
we're
who
going to
sells
Champions
jerseys
League,
for Chelsea.
or maybe it didn't happen yet. I think it could definitely happen where it's like, if you're happy with the manager, we're keeping the manager.
Dude,
if you don't want the manager, he's out.
To pull back from Huss a little bit, I agree with Huss's like the genesis of his
Initial.
point, but I think he doesn't go to Hazard and say, "What do you think?" But he wants to keep Hazard happy. Let's put it
He's
that
just
way.
crown
Hazard
jewel.
is that crown jewel, the flair play. He's a
The
guy
face.
who could win a Ballon d'Or after Ronaldo and Messi retire, or slide down that hill. If he gets a 40-goal season, and his goals are spectacular, like he's the crown jewel of Chelsea. That's why he came out and said, "Look, I'm going to stay at Chelsea." But I think it has to do with the manager, man. He fired Jose over Hazard. Hazard was the guy who let him down. Jose would get on the
that whole
media and
locker
call
room,
him
That
out.
was Fabregas. That was that whole
locker room.
But that
turnaround.
with Hazard's productivity,
let's
lack
not-
thereof.
because
He
he
called him out for not
criticized him for not
defending.
Let's
and
not
back,
forget Hazard, Willian, Fabregas. Who's one of the good buddies from last year that's not there now?
Matic.
Diego Costa.
Diego Costa.
Why you keep bringing
Yo,
this
what
dude
I'm
up,
saying
man?
is, when they got rid of
over,
him,
man.
maybe no. Hey, don't
I'll
think
listen
it's
up.
nothing. But when it not for nothing, when they got rid of him,
Nothing.
first off, maybe they're
You think
thinking
it's nothing.
we thought he was definitely going to win the team, but now we're like, oh, well, you know what? If he's going to get rid of him that fast, maybe they'll get rid of us. And then again, they're pretty good friends.
Will you stop?
So
Will you
maybe-
stop? Will you stop this nonsense?
Maybe they wanted to stay. He Conte got rid.
Diego Costa checked out in January last
He
season.
didn't check out. He was
Dude,
still there. He was still scoring goals.
He wanted to leave in January, and Conte played
mentally,
it. Conte
that's what
played it
happened.
cool.
No, he didn't want to leave.
Conte played it cool. Dude, he left.
did,
He
man.
left.
No.
Come back from
Dude, the
preseason.
last day of the season, he's like, "Peace, I'm out. Where's my bag?"
No, it was
right
There's
away.
reports to
It was
and
China,
everything, too.
so I think he was doing that more so he can get a better contract extension.
Yeah, so then your manager is trying to build a dynasty. Like, how would you
wasn't
feel if
happy.
Salah was talking about China right now? Like,
wasn't
how would that
happy.
affect Klopp? Klopp, just like Coutinho. Coutinho was Klopp's favorite child.
Costa didn't
was
do
his
that
goal-
first year.
Okay, fair enough, but he did it eventually, dude, and that's what caused the rift. That's what
Neymar
caused
did
the
it.
rift.
Messi's
Of
done
course,
it.
and there's a rift.
Real Madrid did
and
it.
Look at PSG
Sorry,
got fired, and look at PSG
Cristiano
got
Ronaldo
fired.
did it.
And they
Of
ended up
course, and all
leaving.
these managers get fired.
No, what I'm saying
That's
is
the
all
point.
these players are talking about other clubs, so they can get a little extra on their next
Yeah,
You don't
contract.
Di- arguing
different
that. Like,
managers
you're moving
take
the
that. Yeah,
goalpost.
different managers take that differently anyway, bro. Like for a guy like Conte, he's like, oh, okay, you
Dude.
want to talk about moving? Leave. You're done. You are no
Exactly.
longer part
We
of
don't
this locker
need
room.
you.
He's Italian.
That's it. And once you
No, it's not Italian.
no,
Jose does the
certain,
same thing.
certain guys,
What
certain
does
men,
the same
once you
thing?
cross that
Italian,
line,
Don't
then
cross them.
yeah, you're done, man.
Crust,
Dude,
crust
if you're
the
a
line.
world-class primate, you don't do that to Fergie. You don't do that to Wenger. To his own detriment, you don't do that to Wenger. Like,
Don't do it, man.
proper world-class managers
Don't do it.
don't ever give an inch to the player. Owners give a lot of fucking room to players.
Hey guys, quick touch.
Yeah.
Great shout.
Chelsea, man.
If they had to go,
Sucking
Diego
at the
Costa,
good touch,
they'd
though.
be finishing top 3 this year.
Huh?
If they had Matic and Costa, they'd be top 3 this year.
sure.
You know,
For sure.
they probably won the league. You're right.
For sure.
I said
Yeah.
top 3. I didn't say they'd win the league.
I think they would have done it.
Okay.
Diego Costa.
Next game, Huddersfield 0, Arsenal 1.
Next game.
The away fans showing Wenger love as well, man. Just goes to show this man's respected.
Dry your
Loved.
eyes, Tom.
He's a
Dry
legend.
your eyes, lad.
His last
don't wanna
game,
hear
dry
it.
your eyes, man. This
They're
is
dry,
This
bro.
is one of the last
It's been dry since '92.
great managers.
And Evan Era.
It really is in the EPL, especially. man.
This is Fergie's that Fergie era is officially closed with Wenger leaving.
I don't think we'll
But-
ever see a manager again stay at a club for 2 decades. Like
Careful.
That's
Two?
going to be really tough.
Maybe
Because nowadays,
one.
with so much
Careful.
money,
2 decades.
with
Careful.
this, I could
no,
definitely
see-
see.
no, dude.
I
but
could
Tom-
totally see
it's very-
Jose leaving and coming back before we see, obviously, like stuff like that.
I mean,
a manager-
continued
Well, that's what I'm
20
saying. That's what I'm
years
saying.
all the way
A
through.
manager, I can see that happening if silverware starts to fall. Klopp.
Nope.
I can see it. Where's Klopp going to go?
No,
Real
no,
Madrid?
no, he's not going
Barcelona?
anywhere. He already said, because
Huss.
if you look at his past,
I think
when
Huss is agreeing
He's saying
with
the
me, but he
same
wasn't
thing.
when a
listening.
contract is up, he leaves. He did that at Mainz. He did that at Dortmund. And he's going to do
that
that
at Dortmund because it wasn't the top of the mountain. If you win a Champions League this year,
at Liverpool.
and then next year, I don't think he will, dude. I think it depends on Silva. Where's he go from here? PSG.
He may not manage again. He might straight up retire. He's talked about straight up retiring.
Here's why I don't think
years.
No, retire after. No, not after 4. No, after the 8 year
contract.
4 more, so it'd be like
it's
7 or 8
year contract.
No, 7 or 8 years in total.
Okay, so 8 years.
So
once again, 2 decades was the
whatever.
The measuring stick.
Yeah, man, we're talking 2 decades.
Yeah, so 2 decades.
So what I'm saying
ridiculous.
is, Klopp after Liverpool, I could very well see him retiring for 2 years or so, or stepping away for 2 years, then coming back.
No one does that. People don't just retire and then come back.
What are you talking about?
Tell me someone who's done that.
Well, Klopp has walked away twice.
Klopp?
Yeah, Klopp has walked away twice.
When?
Because when contracts out, he just
look.
Dortmund, he obviously.
Well, they take a break. No, they take a break.
They don't retire.
They don't
retire. He's talked about just retiring straight up after.
Look, I think his style doesn't allow him to coach at a club for 20 years. I think you can only coach with that much intensity. You can only push and press so much until
you have to
it
switch
crumbles.
the
That's why I don't think his style is meant for longevity. He has to win his cups within 3 to 5 years.
That's where I disagree, man. I think that longevity wasn't there because you had Dortmund. A small club, always in the shadow of Bayern. He comes at Liverpool. If he turns Liverpool into the Liverpool of the 80s, 70s, and 80s, I think he'll ride that wave because he loves kids. So as guys like Salah get tired of his message, he plugs in the next kid. You look at Trent. He's playing out of his freaking mind right now. You look on the other side with his buddy
Robertson,
out of his mind.
The only thing is that I understand what you're saying. Fergie did a similar thing with youth and all that stuff.
You just got to rebuild every 4 years.
Wenger did the same thing. You can just get to a point where maybe you're not winning, the money's not coming in, you're still playing these young guys, and then you get into the Wenger thing where you're just not winning, and you're just in the mud spinning.
That's where he won't survive 20. He has to win some kind of silverware, and I think, dude, this Liverpool
they don't give
team,
you that leeway nowadays of not going on a drought for 7, 8, 10 years.
But I think Liverpool will because it's Liverpool.
Even if so, you're saying if Liverpool wins this Champions League, then that spares him.
Let's not forget.
No, I'm saying if Liverpool wins this,
no trophies.
No, man, you're getting carried away like Huss. What I'm saying is, if he wins the Champions League this year, I think silverware now becomes a thing for Liverpool, and that will spark the longevity. He has to win silver. He's not going to pull a Wenger where there's a drought and you're just winning FA Cups.
I'm saying 2 decades. 2 decades is crazy. That's why.
Like sooner or later,
Wenger's
5 years, 6 years, 7 years. We need to remember that Steven Gerrard is probably going to take over. Because now he's at Rangers, he's taking the actual steps
to become.
How
Klopp is doing.
But I think Klopp personally does not want to go that long. You know what? Actually, the one good thing is about Klopp is that
he shows Arsenal game. We're talking about Arsenal. Shut up, Arsenal. Shut up. Quick touch.
Right.
No one gives a shit. This is Arsenal.
Yep.
Arsenal. Talked a lot of Liverpool today. Talked a lot. Haven't heard anything about Arsenal, Tom.
Thanks for
Wenger's last game officially. This guy, for better or for worse, is a legend of the EPL.
Does he get buried under that ground? Does he get buried on the pitch?
Highbury. He's going to get buried
under Highbury.
Legit.
He's going to get a statue.
You know, it's like Futurama where you just have the head floating in water.
The statue, I'm going to tell you the statue. It's him making the weird face, his tongue almost peeking through the lips in that giant fucking coat.
Wait,
down to his ankle. No.
When is the wax museum? Wax museum needs to do it when you're like doing the zipper.
It's going to be like
put that in the
Mr.
front.
Burns, dude.
Dude, he's become a character of himself, and I hate to see that happen to anybody. It happens to directors, artists, soccer players, managers.
Well, yeah, that's because he's been there for over 20 years. Yeah,
but he should get another statue,
that goddamn coat.
That goddamn coat,
dude. Like,
yeah,
knock
man,
it off,
iconic. Man. You know it when you see it. You know who it is.
Dude. Horrendous.
Iconic,
you know what they should do?
You know who it is, though.
I'm not even joking. Arsenal should have an auction. Whoever buys.
They already did his ties out there for like 15,000 pounds.
What do you think that jacket will go for?
Oh my God!
That's what I'm saying. That jacket,
200,000.
Yeah, that's right. Put it all to charity.
This isn't Salvador Dali. This isn't Picasso. This is Arsene Wenger.
Yes, it is like a Picasso.
He is up there.
He's an artist of the sport.
I want the hemorrhage cut off Sir Alex Ferguson's brain worth like $250,000. All right, that's how much that thing should be worth.
Is that too soon?
I don't know why
stem cells.
I don't know why you disrespect Wenger so harsh, and yet you expect this extra respect from me as an Arsenal fan about Fergie. When he hurts his hip. Oh no, I should be concerned.
His hip, his head.
Yeah, man.
I respect Wenger, man. That's not about that.
Doesn't sound like
dude,
it.
His jacket sound. Dude, get out of town. Statue, okay, I can see the statue.
Another one.
Happen.
Obama
Give him
bang.
another one.
No, it has to be one of those wax ones, like from the wax museum.
What could it? All right.
Nah, well,
Like it needs to
Aubameyang,
be lifelike.
Aubameyang has been on fire.
Obama bang.
Look, man, I'm looking forward again to a new beginning. I'm not sure who the manager's going to be.
Lacazette, Mickey, Ozil, and Obama bang. All competitions. I mean, Ozil, Mickey's the guy that sits for me. You got to play Lacazette and Obama bang together.
And
Here's the
Ozil.
thing.
And Ozil, man, that's
Yeah,
fucking
the wizard.
deadly. The rest of the team, shocking.
Just hold your
Shocking,
weight. The rest
man.
of the team. Everyone just hold your
It's-
weight.
You need a
Don't
goalie.
fuck up
You
your
need
It's the
position.
away games,
Checkers is
guys.
on his way out,
It's
man.
just it's the
No, you
away
guys-
games.
And
It's
it's
the
the
away games.
defense,
Listen
and
to
it's
this.
the keeper, and
We're-
it's the depth.
We're 15
And
No,
it's
no,
2
no,
and 2.
no,
Listen
this
to
is
this.
the greatest
Check this out.
stat away.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
Arsenal at home is 15 2 and 2. Away, they're 4 4 and 11.
Horrible.
We have 47
insane.
points at home, 16 points away, 79% win percentage at home, 21%
That's
win percentage away,
horrendous.
plus 34 goal difference at home,
Minus.
minus 11 away.
Oh my God!
Whoever the new
Embarrassing.
manager is,
Horrible.
yes, you always establish home, protect this house, but then
Klopp.
away from home, you got to get more points than that. That's just terrible.
Arsene didn't like traveling.
No, not at all.
Especially in his older age.
But you know what that tells you? It tells you it kind of shows like a character of your team, because
That's why Dini came out.
I loved playing away games as a player. Like I don't know, something about it, shutting up the fans. You kind of have that attitude
Chip
of
on
we're
your
gonna come
shoulder.
into your house and take your soul basically, and just steal what you think is yours. So I don't think that enough nastiness is there, man. Like it is really a factor. Some players don't like. Wijnaldum loves playing at home, doesn't really like playing away. We've seen, so it is a real thing.
Okay,
is what I'm
starting from the
saying.
top all the way to the bottom. Top 3 positions that need to be filled for Arsenal next year.
Striker,
Center back.
and striker. Let's just
Striker?
That's what
What?
I knew you guys
With
would do that.
Lacazette, Aubameyang,
No,
get out of here.
I'm
Welbeck.
with that.
I know.
Dude,
I
you
reeled
got
you
me
in.
for a
Dude,
I
quick
reeled you guys in
second
real
Nah, you had a
Got
net.
2 fish.
You're like Aquaman over here.
Pull the ball in.
Bubba
Bro,
go.
easily center back,
Center back.
the 6th position, holding mid, and
Goalie.
goalkeeper.
Yeah.
So
that
the
order?
spine.
In that order, I give me a
Center
top-notch center. Give me an
Okay.
A player in each of those positions. Arsenal drastically improved.
So again,
Dude,
it's
there
spine.
are so
Yeah.
many people out there, man, that can fill those voids. It's gonna be a tough first
you
season
were
to
gonna say
gel.
fill those holes. I was like, oh.
Fill all the holes, baby.
I know.
Don't
It's,
know.
it's gonna be a tough
Airtight.
first season if you get those 3 dudes, man. I mean, unless you're Jose Mourinho at Chelsea that first year, where you fucking knocked out of the park right away. It's gonna be take a season to gel, get used to each other, and grow and develop chemistry as a team over the course of a season.
Yeah,
you
for the
know.
most part. Most
But
likely.
dude,
but
those
Well,
3,
didn't he also
you
bring in
really-
Pogba?
with the goals.
Didn't he also bring in Pogba that first year?
When?
Jose Mourinho?
No,
What
second
about it?
year.
I'm talking about
Oh,
Chelsea.
I thought it was the first year.
Talking about Chelsea.
No.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about United. My
Well,
fault.
if you listen, you learn.
Boom.
No,
Got
if
him
I
on his
listen,
own
I just-
saying.
Spine.
Go ahead.
Get him with
Quick
I
the
hate
touch.
talking
spine.
in.
Next one, Burnley 1, Bournemouth
Bournemouth.
2. Thought Burnley would wrap this one up, being that they were at home, but they have been on a pretty rough slide.
Speaking
You
of
guys,
home
you guys
home
took their
records, though.
souls, like
Yeah,
you
man.
said.
Yeah.
Chris Wood getting goals, dude. I didn't know Chris Wood had a productive year. Sitting with my chick on the couch, she's like, "Yo, Chris Wood has been productive." I was like, "There's no fucking way."
He's been
You're
nice.
talking bullshit.
We're talking about
Dude, 19. All right, Huss, chill. Let me get this out before you jump on me. 19 goals, 4 subs in those 19 appearances, 9 goals for Burnley. That's impressive, dude. That's
Yeah,
productive.
Well,
He
the
has
thing
10,
is that
10 goals in the league.
the
Oh,
drop.
yeah, he scored the 10th today. You're
Yeah.
right.
Well, the drop that
Absolutely
Burnley had,
impressive, man.
we already discussed this about 2 months ago. I brought up the fact that when Burnley went through their drought, it's because Chris Wood, coincidentally,
hurt.
had an injury.
He got hurt.
When he came back, he started scoring, and at that time, I don't know his stats
In
right now, but
the
at
end
that time,
time.
I think he had 14 league goals or something. But every single goal was a decider in either a win or a draw.
Quick touch.
He never got a goal in a lost game or
Yeah,
anything.
dude, I
So
was
when it comes down to
sleeping on
it,
him.
every goal got
He's important. He scored
Importantly,
important
a
goals,
point.
man. He scored important goals for him. And as far as Bournemouth, I think it's very important they keep hold of Josh King and
Stud.
Callum Wilson as well.
Oh, absolutely,
Jermaine
dude.
Defoe, I think he's kind of run his course at that club.
But
I think he
It
can
was
be a
good,
journeyman
though.
again.
It was
Yeah.
good for him to come in. I think the
He
next
coulda.
promoted team maybe will pick him up, or
His-
West Ham or something.
Yeah.
Or someone down there like Brighton, Hutters, like guys you need like just experience in the locker room. He might not be productive, but maybe that saves you 6
I like
points
Huddersfield.
on
I
the year.
think Bournemouth with Eddie Howe, they're too big for him. They've turned that corner.
Yeah.
They don't need an old poacher, mercenary type
Yeah.
character.
'Cause they got
Huddersfield
King and
do.
Wilson.
Huddersfield
Yeah.
was great, I think.
But their style of play doesn't
Yeah.
really suit it. Nathan Ake also great season for him. He started this game in center back, in the back 3.
He's looking
Dude,
promising, huh?
Dutch legend, man. Got the dreads.
Promising.
Love this dude.
He just has to
He's
keep
gonna
playing.
be nice.
Yeah, he'll
Dude,
start on the
it's
national
so
team
important
if he
for him,
keeps
man.
playing.
With Eddie Howe's style of play and always playing consistently in the back, it's a shame that the Dutch are in the World Cup this year. So many great players are going to miss out on it, including him. But yeah, handyman Hussey, number 22 in the midfield. Name 11. It's not handyman. It's HYND man.
Yeah, banana. I think Bournemouth has a chance to staying in the Premier League for the next 5 years or so.
Quick touch.
I know. This is quick touch. I haven't talked for like forever. You
Go ahead.
one time.
Go.
What I'm saying is what we had for
I didn't talk about Chris Wood.
Stoke, West Brom, where they were in the league for a while, 8 years at a time.
Slowed it down.
Where I'm saying is
that slow motion.
All right, quick touch.
Slow motion.
Burnley has a chance to be up here for the next 5-6 years
Dude.
if they keep going at it.
Bournemouth's got to be careful, man. You get complacent
Well,
when you slip up and fall.
are you
West Ham
going to be a
3.
West Ham or are you going to be a
Speaking of,
Swansea?
nice little rollout.
There you go.
West Ham 3, Everton 1. Hey, do that some more, huh? Instead of carrying it on.
I like to carry it on.
Switch it up on us. Both of these managers look to be out of a job next season. Sam Allardyce, Big Sam, and David Moyes, whose contract has ran its course. But we'll see. It's kind of still up in the air with this big win, whether he'll come back.
I'm shocked about David Moyes,
Me too,
man. I
dude.
mean, who else are you going to bring in? This guy lives for the mediocrity of the Premier League,
Shots.
you know. But hey, 10 years, dude. Speaking of people who can go more than 20 years again in the EPL, I think the closest record to Wenger and Sir Alex is Moyes, who did 10 years at Everton. 10 years, incredible, and it was consistently outside the top 4, top 5.
They got Europa. Every
They
once in a
got
while.
Champions League one of those years. Next year they're bound for relegation, but it
They
doesn't
were literally
matter.
fourth to eighth.
Yeah,
Like basically that was their position.
Consistently
Yeah, man.
fighting Liverpool
And
for
that's
top 4.
when you're
Essentially,
spending that kind of budget. Like
No
that's
budget.
all you can. That's all you can hope for. These clubs, Stoke got greedy. They got tired of finishing 10th. They got absolutely. They were 10th through 14th for the most part because Pulis could never break into 10th. But like they were a scary team to play. You
Mark
couldn't
Hughes
win.
had them in up top 10.
He did, but he got rid of that core, man, which kept him at like
Fletcher.
He took out that 14th
Arnautovic.
place.
Oh, no,
You get rid of
Fletcher,
Arnautovic, man.
Well,
You
that-
fucked.
and
Even
look
that-
at-
look at
that's
that-
just-
Look at the
nasty,
season
bro.
he had at West Ham. He is the
Oh
guy at
my
West Ham.
God.
Andy Carroll, where you at, son?
well,
You're on
you
the
had-
bench, boy.
well,
But to have
Bro.
one player pulled out and your whole system falls means you're
It
struggling.
didn't fall.
Yes-
I mean,
yes and no,
they
Dude, they went relegation.
there was
this year.
Bojan,
Like, he
there was,
left and they were relegated. Like the floor fell out.
Affalai that didn't do well. I mean, they did well, but then they didn't pan out long term. But when it comes down to it, should get the job for the fact that he unlocked Arnautovic at West Ham. Because when
Played him
Begovic
at
was
center
there,
forward.
he did nothing. But when he came in, Arnautovic became Arnautovic
Look, I think
again.
it's pretty sweet for David Moyes to beat his old club. He used to manage in
Stays
Everton.
beating him too.
But I don't know, man. I don't know if he's the guy
Look,
that West Ham are looking for.
I think the last couple of years West Ham have had, they need stability.
New
again.
stadium.
They had Payet. They looked like they were gonna make some noise.
I don't think that's the owner's. That's in his mind. It's look. Yeah, it's always.
No,
it's in every owner's mind. Stability.
I mean stability. Like this team is not good enough to push top
Dude,
six.
you
right?
brought in Zabaleta.
Yeah, it's not, right?
Old man
So-
Zabaleta's your right back.
And
Well,
Chicha
you're gonna
and
fire
Dimash.
again.
You're gonna
They were
fire-
fixed. They were plugging holes.
Yeah, and
there,
Everett,
right?
too. They brought
This
in
season
Everett.
was one
Yeah,
of
too
plugging
old.
holes.
Chicha
so
did
into the
nothing for
summer-
them.
So that's what I mean by stability. You're
They
not
did
in a
nothing.
position
Chicha.
to jump and attack that top six yet. So you need someone who's going to hold you there while you build up an arsenal. Yes, is he the guy who's going to get you into top six? Not necessarily, but he's the guy who's going to make sure you don't drop below 10th for now while you're trying to attract players.
He's the
They
perfect person for
He's
that.
the absolute perfect person for this club for now. As far as what they do in 10 years, no, dude, I'm not saying you should stay there long, but if they fire him now and they bring in another guy, they're
I
going to
agree
slide
with
into
you
that
guys.
Leicester slide.
I just don't know if the ownership will take it there,
I think they will,
especially
man.
with the
I
new
think-
stadium and everything.
I
like,
think with
Speaking
him
of
they
that-
will this year. I think he'll be a year-to-year guy, but this summer I'm predicting season starts.
Moyes
Moyes
stays
is
on.
the guy. You know who's not the guy.
And
Fucking
remember,
Allardyce.
right now, because they do
Nah,
have a
he's
stadium,
out. Big
top
Sam's out.
6 might be a goal, but it's not the top goal. The top goal is staying in the Premier League because what they need
Dude, they were
that
almost
money.
relegated
That's
this
what I'm
year.
saying. They need that money
So
because
they
of
shock
the
them
stadium.
into some truth.
So if you have
Yeah.
David Moyes, I don't think they're going down next year because
No.
once he showed up, think about the numbers before he came in. If he was here all year, they would probably be in 10th.
Yeah, dude. They were,
Yeah, no,
they
like,
were
he turned this team
clearly
around.
Yeah,
relegation.
which reminds me of another team that got turned around by a managerial change. Yeah, I'm skipping ahead in order. I don't
Right.
care. It's all about the segue. I'm talking about Roy Hodgson. They're dropping banners
Oh
for him
my God.
mid-game. Roy Hodgson, the legend. Dude, this guy is already a cult hero at this club.
He looks. He makes Arson look young.
If it was not, dude, the
real.
guy's like 80.
Dude,
He's been coaching since the 70s.
Like when you say bag of bones, he's a bag of bones. Like, he looks like a floppy bag.
Shut your mouse. If it was not for Newcastle beating Chelsea, which should not have happened, Crystal Palace would have finished in the top 10 after almost being relegated. They've had 3 managers this season.
Who scored?
Or 2 managers, rather.
Who scored for Palace?
Dude, the man, the myth, the Willie Zaha.
PVA?
Willie Zaha, and if you watch this game, we're keeping it a quick touch for this one, legit. The PVA goal, man. If you watch the build-up play, this Palace team, man. I don't know if it's Roy. I know it's mostly the guys on the team, but Roy Hodgson's got to have something to do with it. That second goal was beautiful, man. One-touch passing, bing, bang, boom, outside the box, playing PVA the left back to score. What
Dude,
you gonna say?
I was gonna say, look, man, Roy Hodgson, I'll give you an applaud.
I know you're not going to give him
No,
too
no.
much credit.
Because there's a massive but. When Zaha went out, this team struggled, even with Roy Hodgson. You know what I mean? Like, Zaha is still the dude patching the hole. Of course, you
Hey,
need
but
Roy
I'm
Hodgson
saying
the
that's
leadership.
that's why
If you lose
I
him-
point to the second goal, because the second goal
Yeah.
wasn't Willie Zaha. It
But
was
if you
the
lose-
style of play of the team.
Yeah, but like Zaha, like you were able to play more freely because you were up a goal. If you lose Zaha this summer,
I'm gonna add on to that.
Fucked.
Roy,
I'm
that's what I'm
gonna-
saying.
Roy
There was a
Hodgson,
reason you
well,
gave him
yeah.
that soft ass applause.
Well, I'm gonna
it
add
wasn't
on.
really like a
Zaha's
full. Yeah,
shoulders,
nah,
I'm going to
Zaha
add on
goes
to what
down.
Tiki
Doesn't matter
said.
the coaches.
So basically, at the beginning of the year, I remember Free and I were talking about it. How what was it? The first 10 games they didn't even score a goal or something.
Yeah.
Nine games.
Yeah, because he was.
It was
injured.
something crazy where I remember talking to Free. I'm like, they have a real chance, and I think we bet a meatball sub on them breaking the record of not of the least
Longest
goals
streak.
scored. I think it was like 23. They got 45.
Who won the meatball sub?
He obviously did. I'll get
Yeah,
a
you
meatball
said-
sub. I'm gonna give
You
it
said
a-
Palace wouldn't get more than 21 goals.
that was
This-
so crazy.
That's
but that was
insane.
also
21
that
goals.
was
just reaching.
I was also thinking, I don't give a fuck.
10
Still
matches.
said 21 though.
10 matches
Still said-
in.
yeah,
10
but
matches
you
in. They had one. They went through a third
Doesn't
of a
matter.
season and 1 goal.
So what
That's
happens?
not that crazy. The
That's
main
kinda
thing
crazy.
is
Where'd they
the
finish
main
for
thing
a
is that
season?
I wasn't
There was
completely
still 28 games left.
Bruh,
I had the
38
mentality.
games in the season.
I
Did I
the-
score 21 goals?
I had the mentality. I had the mentality of Man United. I didn't fully buy in on Zaha, and you know what? I'm wrong for that. It killed me in fantasy, and it killed me with the meatball sub. Because when it comes down to it, Zaha, he was very impressive when he played.
Yeah,
like
man.
it got to the point where I'm like,
Dude,
wow, this guy
just
too
count
big for this
the
team
number
at the
of
moment.
points they got with Zaha not on the pitch. Then come talk to me about Roy Hodgson. He absolutely did well. For sure, he helped the rest of the
He stabilized
Without-
the ship.
without
He
Zaha.
gave them
Without
some sort of
Zaha,
identity.
there's no
Oh,
ship.
Even after he came back and he got hurt for like 2
That's
games,
what I'm saying.
they didn't do shit.
They didn't do
and
shit.
then he came back and they
Townsend
started
was
winning
fucking
again.
napping. Townsend was
Nah.
sleeping. PVA sleeping.
I've never been a big fan of Roy Hodgson, honestly. Even
no,
for,
me
for
neither.
England,
man.
I thought he was the
no,
wrong guy.
Dude, he destroyed.
absolutely wrong.
He destroyed the
So
last
negative.
remnants of Wayne Rooney's career.
Yeah, he did.
Like the last great moments that what could have been at international tournaments for this dude was he was playing left wing.
Yeah.
Behind
Forcing it.
Sturridge. You
Forcing
know, Sturridge is nice anyway. But yeah,
Last game, Swansea won, Stoke City
Championship
2.
battle here.
dude.
Wow, man. And Swansea started well. 13th, 14th minute, I believe. Nice little ground shot. Impossible to stop. They looked like they had the momentum. Looked like they wanted to push on and get more goals. But, man, Swansea have just been terrible, honestly, like this whole year.
Dude, again, it's that. Remember when Swansea came up? They look like Bournemouth. Bournemouth reminds me of Swansea.
Yeah,
they
they
played
played
their brand of
track of
football.
football.
Blah blah blah.
That changed.
Dude, the ambition got high. They started firing managers, and this
You
is
know
what
Shouldn't
happens.
have let go Wilfred Bunny. Should have rejected the
How
Man
about
City
Ashley
move.
Williams?
Ashley
The
Williams.
heart
Ashley
and
Williams
soul.
as well.
How about
Gylfi
Wilfred
Sigurdsson.
Bunny?
Gylfi.
Wilfred
Yeah, how about Wilfred Bunny,
They
bro?
were still playing.
He was a beast with Swansea, bruh.
for 1 year.
Yeah, okay, he shouldn't have went to
Yeah, but
Man
Ashley
City.
Williams was for multiple
I
years.
don't get your obsession
Gylfi
with
for
body.
multiple years.
Just that body.
He's nice, bro. The last
It's
thing we do
that
the
What's
legs,
Gylfi
bro.
doing?
Too vicious,
What's
bro.
Gylfi doing? It's the same thing they did with Tottenham. He went to a higher club, and guess what? Bye-bye. See you later. Time to take a nap. You did
Hello.
nothing. You should have just stayed on
Actually,
Swansea,
hello
been
to
the
the
man,
championship.
been a big fish in a small pond.
Man,
sure.
Swansea
ambition.
Swansea been riding that fucking wave of almost getting relegated for the last 3 years at least. I mean, they came into the league with Michu back in 2011, 2012.
Me too. They got more
yeah.
now.
It was nice.
Was that the best fantasy
So,
pickup of all time, or was it Grow?
They finished 11th
Me
that
too.
It's a one-hit
season.
wonder right
They
there.
finished top 10 twice, man, 9th and 8th. I mean, even last year, man, we thought they were relegated the last 2 years, but they finally bite the bullet. Worst performance, man, 33 points. Their last worst was 41 last season, which got them 15. But
it's funny how we started the show talking about Shaqiri, and now it's just kind of come full circle. Last game of the EPL, last game of PFC here, as far as the league goes, the English league goes. Where does Shaqiri? Do you see him going to a West Ham, maybe an Everton?
That's what I want.
Newcastle. Go to Newcastle, man. Newcastle's a big club with a big following. I think you can build something there. Rafa Benitez would know how to use him.
What about Palace?
What are you shaking your head about, bro?
Because I don't want him fucking going to the mid-table club. I think he's a world-class player, and if you can't find a world-class club in England, fucking leave. There's more leagues than England.
Okay, if you want him to go world-class, I'm all for that.
He's a world-class player.
But if he stays, I'm saying,
England.
If he stays in the Premier League, he's got to go to Newcastle.
No.
I think it's his best because Rafa, go for it. Rafa's building a team there, man. Relax, man. Let me get my piece out.
That's like 5 minutes ago.
Rafa's building something there, I think Shaqiri could be part of that. Get back to the old Alan Shearer days, getting Europa League, pushing for Champions League. You become the Burnley, Burnley shouldn't be there. Newcastle should be there.
Well, I fully agree with you on that to the point where last week we talking about that with Kennedy leaving, probably not coming back from Chelsea. And if they do get him on a permit, that's huge for Newcastle. But if he doesn't, Shaqiri can fill in that gap. But if you want to talk about top 6, what about Burnley? Put him on Burnley. No, because he has that special
disrespect again.
No. That's not disrespect. Because when it comes down to Shaqiri, he carried Stoke with a special goal every other game. Burnley needs that special goal. They have the discipline. They have the position. Let him be the run wild type of guy. What Zaha is for Crystal Palace.
Hussy, this is the whole.
Why is that a waste?
Hussy, listen,
they can get top 6.
I'll tell you why this is a waste. Look at me. Look at my eyes.
What? Oh, Jesus. I don't want to look in your eyes.
It's a waste because it's the whole Ibrahimovic Sweden paradox. You have this guy in the team. You focus around him. It takes something out of the camaraderie and the balance of the team. It hurts you in the long run. You don't make the World Cup. You take Ibra out of the team, you make the World Cup. It's more of a unit, more of a team. Shaqiri is that guy. Let him do his thing. No, it disrupts the whole Burnley mojo. That's not Burnley's style.
Yeah, it's not. I think not Burnley's more of like that team.
It will be more disruptive than complementary.
I don't think it is.
City type of.
On what science?
For the fact that when Shaqiri scored that goal last week, what the first thing he do? He ran over and jumped on the manager. That is a team. That is a captain. That's heart and soul. So guess what? If he does that for that manager, if the manager tells him to do something, he's a player willing to say, "I'll do this."
Slut. That doesn't mean just because he likes one manager.
I'm saying that he's
got your knees.
What I'm saying is he's not going to put himself before the team.
I wish soccer was that easy. That hey, Shaqiri, get me 15 goals this year. All right, coach, you got it. It's not gonna happen. That's what you're trying. If you tell him to do something, he'll do it. Man, to what degree, dude?
All right, put it this way.
What about the goals he's conceding because he's not getting back in position because he's
106, 68, 74, 84, 62, 74. That's top 6. Burnley.
What are you talking?
38.
I don't know what you're saying.
Those are. I know. I'm going through them now. I'm going to explain what they are. Those are the numbers for goals for. Burnley had 38 when every top 6 team had above 62.
Let me tell you this.
What I'm saying is, wait, 36 goals.
What does that have to do with Shaqiri?
Shaqiri can help you score goals. You get that 36 to 42. There's a legit chance that they could be above Arsenal right now.
That doesn't mean he'll fit in the system and he'll automatically get him goals.
I think
you can't just.
Well, I'm not saying.
I see
no, I understand
I see
what
the
you're saying.
potential to score goals, but he has to fit in the system, man.
Why not take that risk? Burnley, who else are you going to go get?
I'll tell you why, man. I'll tell you why.
It's not a bad risk to take, but I just don't see him fitting in the system.
Who else is Burnley would? Who has a chance to fit in that system?
I'll tell you what,
that can score goals.
Talk about Burnley transfers. That's not what I'm.
It's not like they're going out and buying Zaha.
Can I try and wrap this, Hussy? I'm going to wrap this around your head for you. Like Burnley, Atletico Madrid, very defensive, very disciplined. They have a certain style of play. They never score. I mean, their goals. They scored 56 goals last year. Real Madrid 98, 92. Barcelona 98. Those are the teams above and below them. They had 56. They finished in second.
They also have world-class offensive players on that team.
Dude, but it's not.
But Shaqiri can go there, man. You know what I mean? Like not specifically.
I'm not saying he can go there, but it's just
like
the style of play. It's like we don't need to change. We don't incorporate a goal-scoring menace to compete with the big boys to get first place. They almost won the league.
as you
They
keep
won the
the
league
back
without
locked
that.
down, yeah.
It's about the lockdown defense.
No, I understand
I
that,
wonder
and I
if
think
those
Shaqiri
guys-
would do that. He's a hustler, dude.
He's
puts.
fat.
Dude, I think Shaqiri.
Are you kidding me? What, fat around the biceps, dude?
Well, I mean, he's
His
definitely
biceps
fat.
are big as your
Let's
head.
not lie about that.
Nah, he's not fat.
Not at all.
Shaqiri.
Maybe with a PH.
He's not fat.
He's fat.
Dude, I don't think Shaqiri has a 6-pack. Let's just put it that way.
He probably has an 8-pack.
He's just
Exactly.
like an
Right.
Oompa
I
Loompa,
think you're
dude.
looking at his shoulders. He's got that dwarf build.
He is like.
He's like just
He's
an
got
orb.
tree trunks, a little pooch.
Yeah.
Tiny little
He's
pear.
not
the
fat.
Pooch, man. Shaqiri's not fat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, nah, bro.
You guys are confusing his shoulders and biceps and assuming he's got the ab work going.
Nah, I think you're confusing the stockiness for the George
those
Costanza build. He's not
That's the
George
build.
Costanza
That's
build,
the
bro.
build.
Man, you got some
All right.
you got some abs, I think.
That wraps it up. Match day 38. Man City are champions. Man, it hurts. It hurts.
Another world
Dude,
footy news.
it hurts seeing Pep Guardiola celebrate the way
I
he
just
did.
saw Shaqiri with his shirt off, and then he just exited out of Google. Huss, he had an 8-pack, bro. What'd I say? That's it. I got to do it.
All right.
What'd I say? I knew it. He's on the whole Jack team.
His
man.
abs had abs. I bet.
Okay,
They had little baby
okay,
abs.
you idiots. There was no 8-pack. There was no 4-pack. There
There
was no
was.
6-pack. There was just a torso.
One
I
huge.
saw a picture.
There was just a
That's
torso.
why he exited.
All right.
Because it wasn't enough fatness, but he wasn't cut. It was just torso.
Busted.
He had a bit of chest.
It's just one big muscle.
right.
And in world footy news, Barcelona losing to Levante 5-4.
I cannot believe this.
You are not invincible.
This
You are
is
not
insane.
invincible.
Leave it. Oh, Real Madrid, you can't do it. Guess what? Levante's going to.
The
Levante.
second to last game of the
This is
season.
like everyone thought once they beat Real Madrid in El Clasico, it was donezo.
So did they.
They tied.
Oh,
They
my
tied
mental
in
strength
El
right
Clasico
there.
2-2. By the way.
Well, yeah, it felt like a loss though because they were down a man.
But I mean, Barca played Vermaelen, your boy, and
That's not my boy.
why is not your boy, dude?
Vermaelen's not
He
my
turned
boy.
on Arsenal.
Yeah, man. Anyone who went
You
to
didn't turn on
Barca,
Arsenal,
anyone
bro.
who went to Barca is not my boy.
Dude,
Except for Henry.
Vermaelen, oh my goodness.
Henry's the only one.
Tombo.
And that took some time to
painful
recover.
I
Wow.
cannot believe he
That
went to
took some time.
Barcelona and is still there.
who?
Vermaelen
Vermaelen's nice,
Yeah,
dude.
dude,
He's just
whatever.
was nice.
no,
Injury
dude.
prone.
Dude, he became very injury prone, but he's a dude. He's incredible. He's a ball playing center back, great left foot, scores free kicks.
I want to use incredible.
I love the guy.
Strong adjective.
But also, he was playing next
Yeah,
to
Shaqiri adjective.
Mina, young Mina there in the center back, Yerry Mina. So Barca
Dude,
obviously going experimental. PK on the bench, pick. But
my
dude, to
boy.
concede 5 is shocking.
That is.
Dude, Mina, by the way, great to bring him up. Potential loan deal with Liverpool. Not bad, dude. Not a bad potential deal you could have there.
Why did you say?
Mina.
You should loan
Yeah.
more players. for
Mina
sure.
to Liverpool. Why not? Right? Why not have that?
Oh,
world-class
and by the
talent
way,
there?
Coutinho hat trick in that game. How
You know,
sad.
Settled
in a way,
settled right in.
in a way,
And
I
the
don't
Champions League medal
like.
on the way.
I'm not gonna hop on board right away with the
Oh,
loan
Boateng
factor
got
with
a hat
Liverpool.
trick,
Because
yeah, no. All
Liverpool's
right.
at the stature where I hope they could just straight up buy players, but then again, look at Bayern and Juventus.
Yeah, dude, loaning.
They-
don't
they
shy
go
away
back
from
and forth,
loaning.
back and
There's
forth.
options. They're talking about Martial being loaned to, I forget who, but loaned with an option to buy. I think
Also-
Italy somewhere.
Also, quick shout out to Emmanuel Boateng getting the hat trick against Barcelona, which definitely clinched their victory.
Boateng clan is coming back.
Yeah, dude, the Boatengs, dude.
Boateng,
Love
Dembele.
it.
Boateng's ran for the mid 2000s
George?
for a little while.
Emmanuel.
KP.
Dude, there
Prince.
were some, there were some on
Kevin Prince.
even
I
like on the
always
lower
liked him.
English teams. There were Boateng.
I
I always thought the New England Revolution should sign Kevin Prince.
United should have signed that,
That would
guy.
be nice.
What a just a
I mean,
made up. Like
I love
how,
him, but I don't.
like what?
Why the Revs with
Yeah,
KP?
like
It was-
how-
because that's
I
when they got
will-
rid of Jermaine Jones. I'm like, bring in this guy. He
Also-
just got released. I was
okay,
like,
you
bring
know,
this
skin
guy
color
in.
thing. Now
He's
I
a-
see the logic.
And you know what? Put him in the middle of the park.
skin
No
color
one's
thing.
outrunning him.
Yeah,
He's
there you
gonna
go.
kill people,
He's gonna
just
ping from
like
35.
just like Jones.
He scores ridiculous goals.
Yo, dude,
that guy.
you're telling me he wouldn't be unbelievable in the middle for the Revs?
I think he would be.
Dude,
He'd be
Bundesliga-
like Jermaine Jones 2.0.
Next.
2.0.
Bundesliga champions this year, Bayern Munich. Oh, and by the way, guys, we're gonna do the whole PFC 11s, blah blah blah, to wrap up the
End of
season.
season
next
bullshit.
couple of weeks, we're gonna have World Cup, previews and all that good stuff,
Brackets,
predictions
picks.
as we do.
Mhm.
I
All that
can't wait.
fun
I can't wait to
stuff.
do the World Cup bracket, man.
Well, bracket?
Get the group
Is it
going.
bracket?
Yeah,
Or is that we're doing fantasy too.
Yeah, we're doing
the
fantasy as well,
man,
but there's a
I
bracket,
want,
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Come on,
Why don't you
man.
back off Al a little bit?
We're
all
putting
right?
some
Pump
meatball
those
subs
brakes.
on this bracket too. None of this pussy shit.
What about some some like lasagna?
Huh?
Lasagna.
Oh my god, dude. How much you weigh?
Doesn't matter, dude.
It doesn't matter. You,
Fat Huss.
You'll get this sooner or later.
He's losing
No,
the
I
battle.
won't.
That's
He's
what
6
I
years
say.
younger. You'll get there.
It's called discipline.
200.
No,
dude,
dude,
350
6 years.
pounds.
You'll
All right.
find out.
60.
Dude,
He's
and
6 years younger.
officially-
You'll find out, dude.
Find out what? That sitting on the couch makes you gain weight?
When do I sit on the couch?
You tell me.
The only time I sit on the couch is to watch the games. Besides that, I'm coaching and working all the time.
When you working out?
I don't have time to work out.
No.
Actually, no, I run around with the kids when I coach.
Dude, you can work out
It's not
anywhere in the
working,
world.
Huss.
Do some push-ups, do some sit-ups. That's
I used to.
I,
Actually, I had to stop.
Ashley?
I had to stop at work because doing the whole phys ed thing. You had to like.
Look what you did.
Phys ed teacher's out of shape.
That's all
What?
it is. He's fitting
Oh,
right
Hey,
in.
hey, hey, when you say out of shape, you mean cardio. I can still take you down.
Oh,
man,
damn.
yeah.
Are we
We're just
wrestling?
Just
Oh, let's wrestle.
I wouldn't punch you in the face.
Let's put 2 meatball subs on this.
Hey,
I would go with 2 meatball subs on that.
Backyard PFC wrestling.
You know I'm not losing with 2 meatball subs.
if you can wrestle, does that mean you're in shape?
Yes.
Hey, if you can wrestle, that means you're in shape.
Yeah, you're telling me that Olympic wrestlers aren't in shape?
Oh, now we're talking. You're an Olympic
you're an
wrestler.
Olympic-
Oh my god!
Oh, you bring Olympic wrestlers comparing you and Al wrestlers.
How could I not?
How's this gonna be done in the first
I don't
second?
understand. I don't understand.
All lobster red.
All right, time out, right? Time out.
Why would I do timeout?
You don't get time out.
I don't have timeout in life.
I would just.
I don't do timeouts.
See, I would just
Huss,
tire you out and put you in the
Huss.
sleeper. I do the best I could. Just get you
Finger
tight,
forward, leg
pull a
lock.
rope a dope,
Ow.
get you huffing and puffing, get you down, leg hook.
When do I go huff and puff?
When you walk up the
I'm gonna
stairs.
blow your house down.
All right.
Dude, officially Juventus crowned champions after the results today. Italy still has one more match day, but mathematically Napoli cannot catch them sitting on 88
Close,
while
man.
Juventus sits on 92.
Very close.
Close, man. They had
7th straight Scudetto for Juve.
what a tough league. Stupid.
I love it, dude. If it's anyone, I'm glad it's Juve, man. That was always my team. Edgar Davids, Pavel Nedved, Trezeguet,
Yeah, they were legends, man.
Del
Legendary
Piero.
club. Legendary
But
club.
I mean, this
Zizou,
is
too.
Zizou as well, man. But this is a dynasty, a literal dynasty. 7 in a row. This is like Lyon when they did 7 in a row.
Speaking of 7 in a row, they're talking Allegri, heavily linked with Arsenal. He basically wants to stay at Juventus, but there are players at Juventus, Bonucci being one of them, who was X'd out, who don't quite believe in his philosophy. So there's a bit of that Conte sort of clash going.
Player
Like, I
manager.
still, feel for Conte's system and stuff. Haven't quite given Allegri his credit.
Give me Allegri. Give me Ancelotti. I'll take any of those.
Ancelotti, bro.
Give me
Any two of
Cellini.
those
Dude,
Italian managers, I'll take them.
Dude, you don't want Ancelotti. You want a guy who's gonna roll up his sleeves,
That's
and
it,
Ancelotti's
man.
not that
Ancelotti's
dude.
not-
Ancelotti's got his little
Ancelotti's
gloves.
been driving Rolls
He's got his
Royces.
little gloves. He's gonna sit there. He's gonna do one of these. No, he's not gonna roll.
What
up his
about Louis?
sleeves.
I want
What about
Ancelotti.
Enrique?
No, dude, you
want
don't
gelato?
Ancelotti.
I want Ancelotti, and I want him to buy the players he wants to buy.
Dude, he'll get you a Champions League. He won't get you the league.
I'll
What?
take
But,
a
but,
Champions
but
League.
I'm saying,
No
but
way.
with your squad, he won't get you anything because he won't get the Champions
He
League.
doesn't have
with
the
that
pieces,
squad.
man. He
No.
needs the pieces.
That's what I'm saying. If give him whatever. Well, let's be
You should
realistic. Let's be realistic. 250 mil at Arsenal, I think, for this summer
Bill
is enough. And
Billion?
But will he have it?
I think he'll have the money. Yeah, and
You
I've
might
seen-
get top 4 the next year. You
This is
won't
what
get
we're gonna
Champions
see.
League.
This is interesting with Wenger departing
that's what
because
we'll see.
Wenger has
Yeah,
come
sorry,
out in the past
Europa.
and he's been anti-transfer market. He's
Yeah.
been like, this is crazy how expensive, how much we're spending on players nowadays.
miser.
Took him forever to get Lacazette and Aubameyang. So we've seen that ownership in recent history has actually thrown the money at Wenger.
Thrown.
So, yeah.
We don't know yet because we'll see this
We
summer.
don't know yet. So
Yeah.
if a new manager, especially with a guy with the clout of Ancelotti comes in,
The Klopp?
I was thinking it. I almost said it.
if a guy like that comes in, then we'll be able to determine, okay, is it the board, was it Wenger? Because I see a class guy like that spending on big players versus a guy like Arteta who now you might
So-
need to recruit.
With
You
a
know,
bit
not
of
as
a
top
part
talent.
B to that point, can you draw Ancelotti level talent? You know what I mean? Like, not Ancelotti himself. I'm saying guys Ancelotti needs to take you there. Do you guys have enough, like, magic still left in that tank, or did Wenger use it all up?
I think we can.
When's the last time Ancelotti went to a team, finished outside the top 4, and brought them up?
Dude, the Pep criticism
Riddle me
he
that.
gets,
When was the
you
last time
he
you went
should-
to a Europa team?
Ancelotti should get the same criticism
Don't.
as Pep gets, as far as he only drives Bentleys
Real
and Rolls
Madrid,
Royces.
Chelsea, Bayern,
Inter when they were top dogs.
AC Milan.
Dude, I mean, you need, like Al was saying, someone who's going to get in there like Klopp did
Allegri
with
would do that.
Liverpool. Allegri would,
I
because he
don't
still
mind
has a lot
Allegri.
to
I don't
prove.
mind any of those.
You don't need
I'm
him-
just saying, don't get me a.
I'm telling you,
You don't want
Ancelotti would
You don't
hurt
want
you.
Jose's assistant?
No.
You don't want Klopp's assistant?
No, don't give
Dude,
me a
get
guy
Rui
like that.
Ferrari, man. Faria, whatever his name is, Rui. I think, dude, he's the latest Jose disciple.
You don't even need a manager.
Where's
You
But-
need a
but- but-
revolution.
Huh?
Where's he coming from? Are you
So
talking about
poetic.
Jose's second guy?
Yeah,
That's it.
Jose's second in command. He's been at Inter. He's been at Real Madrid, Porto.
Yeah, you guys would want
Chelsea.
Arsenal to get a guy like that. Like I don't
But,
don't
dude,
want
this
these
is-
dudes who are unproven. Yeah, you come from a second place to a first. That's an
Wait,
unproven guy taking over.
LVG,
That's
when he was at
understandable.
Barcelona, who was his second in command?
Jose.
There's a chance that that next guy could be the
But
guy.
Jose,
I don't wanna
but
take
but
a
Jose,
risk.
Jose didn't take
Don't
over
take that big of
Barcelona.
a
though.
well, yeah, he
risk.
went to Porto. And all
I'm
that, but,
saying
like,
get me the sure thing. If the sure thing fails, then you take a risk with a Vieira or an Arteta. Just get someone a little bit more proven, someone who's at least brings the experience of
Dude,
winning Champions League,
if you
even
want-
if he isn't rolling up his
If you
gloves.
want a revolution at your club, and I know it's early to say this guy, but this guy is a German scientist. You want to get Julian Nagelsmann. The
Okay.
work he's doing at Hoffenheim is special. This dude has
they finished what,
tactical
top three?
cams going, analytics, motivates these players. They're playing Champions League this year. Man, if you want a revolution like Klopp did for like Liverpool, where like everyone, like we're rebuilding this whole thing from the ground up, Julian Nagelsmann. But I see your point for
He
now.
wouldn't be my
let's-
first option, but yes, keep
Yeah.
him in that list.
Yeah.
Keep him in
For
among
now,
those guys. I'm
let's-
saying
the
you
house
shoot,
is on
you shoot for
fire.
the stars,
Yeah.
and then if you don't, okay, then you land in the
Shoot
silver.
for the stars.
So, and the
You
main
gotta
thing
do.
though with Arsenal, whoever you get, be all in on them.
Mullen.
Don't have one foot out.
You know how fickle Arsenal fans are?
No,
You know how
but
fickle we are?
Well, I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the board. If you're gonna be all in on somebody, give them the purse.
your left
Let them buy the
foot in.
players. Let them
Thank
do
you.
their
Right
thing.
Thank you.
foot
Don't
in.
be.
I agree with you.
Oh, we're gonna give you 50 million.
But
See
you
how
know
you
what?
do.
Here's the risk. You may pull Liverpool, and you guys got hurt doing that, right? When you brought in,
Yeah.
who was it?
Rodgers.
Gotta
Not
take a
even
risk.
Rodgers before.
Kenny
what was that?
Dalglish.
Dalglish. You let him
I
spend.
let him.
Roy
30
Hodgson.
million.
That was all
Roy
emotion.
Hodgson was in there.
We
Kenny
don't have
Dalglish.
we don't have
brought
Man
in-
City money where we
Dalglish
can
brought in-
spend that much and then be like, all right, we'll just keep spending.
Dalglish brought in Luis Suarez.
Okay, good for him, but he also they were busts.
But he
right?
got fired.
Well, they win.
they were
But Luis
busts.
Suarez almost won the league for them.
Whoa, almost.
Almost doesn't
If-
count.
No, what I'm saying is,
Huss,
that
no, what I'm
if they
saying
made a
is-
couple more signs, they would have. But when it comes down to it, if you get the right manager, just be on it. You got to trust them. You can't.
I agree with that,
Yeah,
but
you
get the
can't-
right manager. Don't take a risk. Don't tell me don't get Jose's assistant. Don't get me William
That's
Gallas
true.
once he's done with Chelsea. Don't
Yeah,
get
the
me
tough
Silvestre after Man United has used them.
The tough
Get me
part about a top
legit
six is
dude.
you want a guy who's going to look at the players and the players are going to follow him. You look at Real Madrid, the reason they're in the Champions League third year in a row, of course it's the players, blah, 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 Ronaldo scoring bikes. It's Zizou, dude. Those guys look at Zizou and whatever he says, they do because they respect him.
whatever,
And he's
whatever,
what
whatever
Arsenal
He's
he,
needs.
such a legend
whatever,
that-
whatever he mumbles or dude, what the hell he say? Oh yeah, dude, like that guy, he walks into a room, he can hear a pin drop because of the respect he garners, you know, from what he's won as a player and as a manager, and the guy he is, and the chances he gives people. He'll always give you a chance, which is beautiful.
I can't say his name. What about Bayern's manager? Because he seems
Yup.
to be out. Yep.
He's
Yeah.
retired,
I
dude.
think,
Dude,
yeah.
he was old,
Dude,
man.
they
He
brought him
came
out
back,
of
he was,
they brought him
like,
out of the deep
struggling.
freeze to save the
It
season.
was all
And he
cryoed
did-
out.
And he did well.
He almost won the treble.
But I mean,
But I think a guy
Nah,
like
he's
that
resting.
is
He's
fits
going
in
back
with the
to
Ancelotti
cryo
class. So
sleep.
it's like he needs like a almost ready to win now.
he doesn't want
He's
to
not
fight
gonna
for the
be there
team.
for the
He
next
just wants to
4
have
or
a team
5
to tell
years.
what to do.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to have to go and like
He's
really.
won now. He's
Dude,
won
and
now.
PSG champions of League One. This was decided a long time ago, but we're just
League
wrapping
one.
up the major leagues.
New manager though.
New manager, Neymar's not happy with him. Neymar's dad contacting Real Madrid, telling them to sign his boy. To be honest, I think Neymar, out of just not trying to be the bad boy, I think gives PSG one more year. PSG, again, are going to get in trouble because of the UEFA, what's it called? The law.
Financial
fair play.
FFP.
Which is a joke.
They're going to get in trouble for the Mbappe and Neymar purchases. So they might, get either fines, which would be fine with them, or they might have transfers affected. They might
Embargoes.
be locked out for a window. And if that happens, man, I think Neymar's out next summer.
I agree with you. It's not this summer. I think he gives PSG at least one more year.
He has
And then
to.
after that, it makes more sense anyways because Cristiano is still there. He's still the main guy. But next summer, he's at the he's already started his phasing out. But that's when you get rid of Benzema or just put him on the bench. Cristiano becomes a striker. You put Neymar on that left, and then you have
wherever Neymar
stop
goes.
shaking your head. Okay, hold on.
What?
I'll let you finish.
No, I was gonna say Cristiano's 34 next summer. Let's stop pretending like Real Madrid is this kind of club that lets players ride into the sunset. Original Ronaldo was sold by these guys. Beckham was sold. Zizou was sold. Like
Raul
was sold. Like
he's
so next
different
year
to a point because he's physically more fit than those guys.
He is, but when there's an Mbappe available, when there's a Neymar available, they will choose the younger upcoming guy. That's the formula over there. It's not Barcelona.
Maybe 2 years they play together.
Next summer, Ronaldo is out because Ronaldo won't be anyone's beta. I think next year it might even be a swap deal. Ronaldo to PSG. Hey, go to the retirement league. You're going to win the league easy. You're going to score 100 goals. You might win Champions League, like you're saying. They'll put enough talent around you to make some noise.
Be like Ibra.
But then again, I just feel like
just be an alpha. Ronaldo will not be a beta to anyone else. He won't be a beta to anyone else.
He doesn't have to.
And Neymar's shown that he doesn't want to be a beta to anyone else. He's literally said, "I'm tired of doing the work for Messi."
That's why I said 1 year. That's why I said 1 year because they don't have to be a beta to either. It's just a passing of a torch. 1 year, show respect. No, but show respect to Cristiano, and then you know what? Your team
didn't show respect to Messi. Didn't show respect to Messi.
I think he showed it, but then it gets to a point where it's like, look. I want to win the biggest of the big trophies. I can't do it alongside this guy.
I can't hook you
up.
Hey,
1 year, that's why.
But at Madrid, it's a different story from Messi at Barca, where Ronaldo can't play 30 games a season.
Sure.
Neymar can.
Dude, and
Neymar's going to play. It's cool.
I was cutting you off.
It's cool. Neymar can play. Neymar plays on the wing, draws in, attacking midfield, anywhere across the final third, really. Ronaldo's in the box. Let him find Ronaldo. Who better to find Ronaldo than Neymar? Let Ronaldo be the guy in the box.
I agree
let Neymar
with
feed
that.
him, do his thing, and Ronaldo just has to kind of step aside. Will that happen?
Ronaldo's not a step aside.
But you're not stepping aside. You're getting supplied all the time still.
But then that's the same problem Neymar has in that he has two guys battling for Ballon d'Or. Messi, Ronaldo. He didn't want to hook up Messi with 13, 14 assists a year. That means 13 or 14 goals for Messi. That means your goals further. Ronaldo's obviously falling off. I think this past year was probably his last. We'll see what he does in the World Cup. And if he wins Champions League, he'll have one more Ballon d'Or. Then he's done. He'll be 34 next year. It's just father time. So I don't think Neymar will want to go there, pump him with another 20 assists to keep that gap still there.
It's not just that, guys. Look, you can't have two guys who walk on the pitch. Essentially, like for CR7, he's gotten older.
And Marcelo.
He's not going to be doing the defensive track and back.
Marcelo.
Stop hating on my boy. He's not going to be doing the defensive track and back. Even this year, he did it sometimes, but him and Messi sparingly. So when Neymar says he doesn't want to play for Messi, it's essentially he has to do the defensive work. One guy can roam, who that special guy.
And Suarez even has to work
the other 9 have to work back and track back and give that guy the ball once you win it back. So, like, to have 2 of those guys on the team, man.
I think it'd just be a special thing. 1 year, they have a passing of the torch past the year. Because, you know, Gareth Bale was supposed to be that guy that takes over.
When did they ever had the passing of the torch?
But no.
Zizou get his passing of the torch. When did Raul get his passing of the torch? They kick your ass out when you're done.
1 year.
Neymar won't go to be anyone's beta, dude.
1 year.
Never.
All right, PFC Nation.
1 year.
It's been a hell of a year, man. Man City. I mean, we don't really have a city guy in the room, which is great. No one's rubbing it in our face. But 38 games done and dusted. Been a long season. Thanks for sticking with us. It's been real. It's been a great season. Hopefully, the next one's better. Man, you come back around. Still got the FA Cup. Still got Champions League to come up. World Cup after that. Still a lot of shows to do.
We'll be around.
We'll be busy, man.
All summer.
We'll be very busy.
What did you finish in fantasy?
I got fantasy right here.
Yeah,
let's go through the top 5 for fantasy.
Huss tripped on his.
Do you want me to start from 5 or you want me to start from 1?
5. You got to build.
Number 5.
Let's start the countdown at number 1. Come on, bro.
Number 5.
Anticlimactic.
With total of
what Lindsay said.
2,194. Ouch. Was me. Bingo bango, finishing top 5.
Oh, Buzz.
Winston, the last 3 weeks have been awful. And you know what? And then,
Zaha, bro. Killed him.
I was under 100. I was like 90 or something. 95 or something. 4, Winston FC, Nicholas DeLuca. He got 2,201 points. third place, No Fuchs Given FC. Out of nowhere, TJ Crane, you were out of the top 5 for a long time. But then he just hit for 110 points. He got 2,211.
One of my names for the PFC fantasy season, man. No Fuchs Given.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, we'll do a fantasy review app rounding this all up.
Yeah, and then second place will be La Selección. Joshua blew it. He did not blow it. He got 2,226. And then
he blew it.
Number 1, Music of Spheres, Pythagorean.
The computer.
Was this AI.
What happened? AI
is it Albot?
Even though
Elon Musk.
Even though he came in like February into the league.
Hating on you so hard. You see the salt in Huss's voice?
It happened to me in the Euro one. It's like out of nowhere someone takes first place. I'm like, where'd this person come from? But he got a total of 2,289. The big things, the two transfers I wish I could go back. Zaha, I wish I put more faith in him. And even though I put faith in him, I just couldn't finagle away to him. Aubameyang. He was
on fire.
He was one of the top 5 per average. Actually, no, he was second top average per game points, I think.
That was very confusing.
I don't know if that's a real stat.
That makes sense.
He was second highest in top to points per game. That's it.
That's overloaded.
And then
that's how we end.
Yep.
I had one more question.
But you were going to stumble over it.
So the question is,
I got to take a piss,
we got
bro.
Swansea, Stoke, West Brom as relegated teams. Who are you taking from those teams at a cheap price? If you could pick anyone from those teams.
Obviously Shaqiri, bro. We just
Shaqiri?
debated him open.
What about Mawson?
Mawson, I take.
Shaqiri. Are we taking multiple or one?
No,
just one. Shaqiri, dude.
I don't know. For Liverpool, I'm taking Mawson.
Give me Macaulay, bro.
Darren Fletcher.
True experience. See, it's nice.
True experience.
Darren Fletcher.
Hit him up when he's 40.
Peter Crouch. Peter Crouch.
There we go. You think this is, what about Butland?
If I'm Crystal
Palace, you think this is an easy question?
I sell Ben Tiki for $30.2 million like I bought him for. I bring him Peter
Crouch.
What about Foster? My tall man.
Foster's on there for West Brom.
Cool, man. Give me Shaqiri.
Banana.
What with the Ayew brothers?
Oh, double. Buy one, get one free.
Might both go to the championship. They have enough juice to stay up. Andre, I don't know about Andre.
Have
Maybe
you ever seen
Jordan?
They don't like that.
Him, dude, the two brothers and their dad all look exactly the same. They're all about like 5 foot. They're all about 5. No, they're all about 5'8". They're all like shaved heads. They stocky.
Yeah. They need to go to Nice, France.
Oh, that's a good shout.
Because Mario's out. Bring those two guys in.
Make it say Nice again. Look at the face he makes. When
Nice.
Yeah.
Because that's so Nice.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening. It's been real. Pay him.
Pay him.
Yeah, banana.
Yeah, man.